It's out of control.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Chicago.
Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson wants to argue that violent crime is down in Chicago, and he is right. Murders, shootings, vehicle theft, all down around 30%, but down from a dramatic high. The homicide rate in Chicago is still triple to the rate in Los Angeles, quadruple New York.
The president also facing Democrat defiance over a threat to cut federal funds in areas that don't end no cash bail. The president also saying during a cabinet meeting he has someone in mind to replace Federal Reserve Board Governor Lisa Cook, who plans a legal fight over the president firing her. Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. That's part of a Taylor Swift post jointly announcing her engagement with Kansas City Super Bowl champ Travis Kelce.
Clearly, the pop superstar has decided Travis Kelce is a lot more than Mr. Perfectly Fine. We don't know if Travis, in proposing, said, "You belong with me," or "It's a love story, baby, just say yes," or even "I want to be your endgame." We do know from Taylor's Instagram post that Kelce got down on one knee for the proposal, and we know there was no need for Taylor to say, "I'd marry you with paper rings," given that the engagement ring Travis popped on her finger is even more impressive than his 3 Super Bowl rings and likely a whole lot more expensive.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt, the president among those wishing them well. America is listening to Fox News.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
All right, look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. With Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, sports raconteur extraordinaire out in the garden there somewhere. And the mechanical mangler at your controls. It's Flounder, and it's only Tuesday. We got a lot of weird stuff going on today, including some really interesting little sound bites, like Donald Trump just going kind of having a good time, just entertaining the crowd again today. It's really funny. We'll get to that. Also, a bizarre story of a doctor's office receptionist leaving a message, which has gone viral, and nobody can really handle it. They're chuckling about it, which is kind of fine. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, a lot of things going on here today. We'll talk about Abby Gate. We'll talk. A little doggy picture today. Went to Dr. Dina, Atlanta Smiles, my dentist, and put a little doggy video up there for today. Went into my doggy lap. And, geez, we've got a billion things going on here. I heard something on Glenn Beck I can't believe. Also, I heard the Morning Boys talking about pumpkin spice latte and how excited they were. Anyway, Pete Davis, what's new in the mountains of Macon, sir? Where you got kind of an orchid background of some kind there, exotic
looks
flower
like he's in a weed field.
Yeah, somewhere. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm in a garden somewhere, an octopus's garden.
Well, there you are. All right, sir. What's anything new in 24 hours? You know.
They mowed the front pasture and got some bales of hay out of it. That's the annual big excitement around here.
Outstanding. Yep. Well, as it should be. You ever picked up hay? I used to do hay baling. You ever worked hay baling?
Yes. On my grandfather's farm.
Yeah,
we went out
tell
there,
you
we
what,
baled hay.
that's freaking work, my friends.
Yes, it is. Those are heavy hay.
Very heavy, and the little white or little stringy things cut into your fingers and stuff, and you're throwing them up there two at a time. Yeah.
Did you use actual string?
Yeah, absolutely. Old-fashioned string stuff. Flounder, did you ever work on a farm? Ever do any farm work?
I've done farm work, but I haven't actually worked on a farm.
But I mean, have you done loading hay in a
and cleaned out horse stalls? I've done that before. Yes.
Yeah, man, I did that every day for years when I was retired down in Florida. I used to get to the stable before the girl woke up. and tended to the horses because she had people there, but I got there before anybody, basically. And I used to clean out the stalls and, take the horses. Anyway. It's 305. How you doing? Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Here's our number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Geez, we got a lot of really cool story type things to talk about, including Donald Trump also just entertaining the people again today. Just freaking amazing. And let's talk about Tay-Tay. Got engaged officially with Travis Kelce. And my first reaction was, good. I'm happy. I'm glad. It was about time. I knew it seemed to me that it was real, and it was only a question of time and so forth, and I was happy. And then I think the New York Post had the pictures first, so I tuned in the New York Post. Yeah, is this a love story? All night. Oh, that's
This is the Tim McGraw. There's only a couple
McGraw.
Taylor Swifts I have in the air.
Ah, okay. I had you put this. I have this one and the other one, Tim McGraw song, and the other one was
this one.
No, hold on. Now you got me screwed up. I'm going to mess up if I don't remember the song. In fact, this one is number 105 on my Magic Stick. Cut number 90 is Teardrops on My Guitar. See, I remembered it. So cut number 90, Teardrops from My Guitar, and 105 is this one. And anyway, so the point of this is when I look at the pictures, I realized they had a photographer there.
Yes. Of course
so
they
was
did.
It a surprise?
What a crappy phone. I can't believe it.
Please. It's all
Oh, my God. Oh, please. The only time. Okay. The only time you should have a photographer there is if she doesn't know it. So you can catch her surprise.
Yeah.
Or her reaction. Whatever. But they planned this?
Of course they did.
Oh, God. And, down on one knee, brings back all those memories. Full moon, Acapulco, the beaches. Down on one knee when I spontaneously heard a song I used to love and I've been recording and stuff. And she said no. So that's good thing I didn't have a photographer plan to meet me because it was spontaneous. Thank God. Oh, jeez. Anyway.
You turned to the photographer and go,
Cut.
Ixnay on the following.
I should have known.
You should have just known what's happened.
Yeah.
You should have just jumped off the cliff with the diver.
I could have. It was right there on the cliff of Acapulco, a restaurant, Cayuga 222, in 1993 or 4, whatever it was. And I should have just gone right off in fact, we saw the high divers of the Acapulco cliff high divers that night. In fact, and then they come around trying to get tips in the restaurant. Well, anyway, whatever. All right. So anyway, I was disappointed about the engagement. I hope they have a great marriage forever, and I hope they want kids. Great. They're both 35, so what the heck. And I hope they do, and hope they're happy, and I wish them nothing well. And by the way, the guy before us was saying the absolute right things. Taylor Swift is a remarkable woman. For years, since she was a kid, she was in charge of all her concert stuff. The dancing, the choreography, the people, the scripts, the music, the lighting, the programming, all of it, costumes, the changes, what songs, everything. She did it all. She was in charge of all of that since she was a teenager. Pretty freaking, she's a billionaire.
So you're saying she's bossy?
I'm saying, I'm saying she's an effective. Think about it. And how many scandals, other than a few boyfriends, but she's never been like a drug overdose or like Britney Spears, shave her freaking head. She's really been a remarkable young woman.
Well, there was a kitten drowning incident, but I think that.
Well, we've all been. Come on. How many times? Oh, sorry. If I had a nickel for every time, every kitten. Never mind. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even say.
That's hard. You're horrible.
I'm not horrible. I shouldn't even joke. In fact, I just saw two things that made me weep. One of them was those damn Reels things that pop up on my stinking phone. I open my phone and there's this Reel thing of doggies playing with babies, and I'm telling you.
Oh my God! I just saw that.
I know.
I saw that came on my feed yesterday.
It's been on my day for a week
I know.
now.
I can't stop. Doggies and babies. I'm sorry. And the other one was just like 8 minutes, and I'm putting the final show together here, was sitting here, and the two things I have in front of me are the 4th anniversary of the attack at Abbey Gate and a Disabled Veterans Association thing I want to make reference to. And as I'm putting these all together, popping up on my phone is reunions of returning soldiers to see their loved ones. Oh, God. I'm going, oh, God. And I'm remembering mine, and I'm afraid that she was a little ticked off at me because I stopped at my home first to see my mother and drop off my sea bag, and then went to the bank where she was working. But I think she was upset that I had to stop at the house to drop my stuff off to go see her. Anyway, so that was, and it was, oh, God. And of course, the people at the bank were going, oh, he came back from Vietnam. Anyway, so anyway. But anyway, so we got all that stuff. We got that. And the Abbey Gate thing, I'm going to keep it together, and I'm not going to dwell on it. But again, one of the worst, right now I'm scared, pumping about one of the most horrible scandals in American history, and certainly I can't think of many worse scandals in military American history than what they did for political reasons by that slime bag who was the former president. And we'll get to it. Oh, geez. Also, Glenn Beck said, I couldn't find the story. I heard parts of it. I was at the dentist's office, Dr. Dina, today. And so I only heard part of the Glenn Beck thing while I was getting ready for the show and doing that. But he had a guy on, one of his favorite investigative reporters who's written books, and he's very well known. I can't remember his name. And if you know Glenn Beck, you know what I'm talking about. He was on today. And he was talking about the story that hasn't gotten a lot of publicity of the Biden administration back in the U.S. aid program scandal days where they were, making the millionaire deposits and giving away billions of dollars as quick as they could. They called it throwing off the golden parachutes off the boat before they get caught or something, whatever. I forgot what they called it. And one of them was they were paying a fortune to a former member of the Taliban. And the people at Doge discovered that the Biden insiders were paying this guy, a former Taliban member, and then they tried to hide the evidence of it. And the Doge people found out that they had tried to erase a terabyte of information proving their scandalous behavior. Now, I think a terabyte is a lot. A terabyte's like more than 9, right? A terabyte's more than a dozen things, right? There's like a trillion things. And the Doge people found a hidden terabyte they tried to destroy, proving the collusion of what happened with these people behind the freaking scenes. And Doge had discovered it. They got it, and apparently ProPublica is trying to deny it or something. Or other. I don't know, but it sounds like a hell of a story. And also Doge found out that when the Biden people were leaving, they destroyed everything. They tried to erase and destroy as much as they could. They broke equipment. They ruined computer links and all. They did as much destruction as they could. Much like when George W. Bush was president. Remember, they took all the W's off the typewriters in the White House. Stuff like that. These freaking Democrats. And Doge found it. And I hope the hell they have more about this. Anyway, Glenn Beck had it for a while this morning, but I can't. I tried to Google, and I can't find anything on it. So this guy's reporter's apparently coming out with it. And again, if you know Glenn, you know who I'm talking about. I can't remember his name, and he's on a lot. He's been on there many times. All right, 3:13. We'll start with you. You're going to hear Donald Trump. Also, a funny office thing for the doctors. We'll get to all this stuff. And Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? 404-741-1230. What's going on? It's Tuesday. Join us or something. I don't know.
The Morning Extra, Neil Bortz, and The Kimmer Show are all online for you anytime at thepodcastpark.com. Plus all of Extra's exclusive podcasts like Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and so much more. All at thepodcastpark.com. Presented by Associated Credit Union.
Well, he may not be Perry Mason, but he darn near has that reputation for the other folks. David Van Sant. Love talking about this guy. The attorney used to work for the insurance company, so when you have an insurance company issue, instead of you or me arguing with insurance companies, David Van Sant will do it for you. Now, I talk a lot about car accidents. I've been hitting my chopper and also sideswiped in my car. And luckily, I didn't have a problem. But if I did, David Van Sant's a guy to talk about it because he knows all the ins and outs, and they all know that he knows all the ins and outs. And David Van Sant, again, it's worth mentioning. mentioning he's one of the top trial lawyers in Georgia. He's on the actual list, and he's also on the super lawyer list. That's a real thing, and he's been on it for years and years. Whether it's a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or rider share things, or if you've been wronged, he's a personal injury lawyer. So if something happened to you and you didn't get your fair whatever, that's where David Van Sant comes in. Everything's complicated with other lawyers for companies and stuff like that. Who did what? Cases are different. That's why he goes through all that stuff, because if you don't win, he doesn't win. You are definitely number one. Take the complication out of it with David Van Sant. Here's the number, 855-GA-INJURY. Online, vansantlaw.com.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well, because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
When you buy a Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett, you're buying more than a vehicle. You're buying safety for your family and something that will last a long, long time. In other words, you're buying trust. For a limited time, you can celebrate amazing offers on the all-new Forester, Crosstrek, or Outback during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, now through September 2nd. And you'll love more than just your new Subaru. You'll love the dedicated staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. With some of the best service specials in the area and a team you know you can trust, you'll ride with peace of mind knowing that Subaru of Gwinnett has your back. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, you'll find the Subaru model you've always dreamed about at a price that makes that dream come true. But you need to get in by September 2nd to take advantage. We'll make it easy. Just start with the test drive, and before you know it, you'll be in the Subaru you love. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com, then stop by on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Need advice on getting things fixed up around the house? No matter how big or small that project is, we've got your answers. Listen to us on the All Four Seasons Home Show presented by the Trusted Toolbox. Join Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage Entry Doors and Windows, and me, Chris Lalamia, your favorite handyman from the Trusted Toolbox, as we tackle all the issues, fixes, and honeydew projects around your home. Join us every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. or grab the podcast anytime on the XTRA 106.3 app.
Hey, Atlanta's Mark from the Safe House. I have a question for you. Am I the only person pissed off with the mainstream fake news, liberal judges,
and whiny liberal politicians
who don't realize why Donald Trump is president, and fake safes? And you may wonder, why fake safes? Well, a fake safe is like Joe Biden, cheap and ineffective. A real safe from the Atlanta Safe House is like Donald Trump, tough, effective, and provides peace of mind when you need it the most. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast and see what a real safe looks like. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Good morning, Mike. What you eating?
You gotta try this.
I can hear you crunching from the next cube over.
This is amazing. I just discovered it this weekend at Lidl. It's Greek Goddess Gourmet Granola. They were sampling it, so I tried it. Then I bought 6 bags.
Wow. Is it cereal?
Can be. Or an amazing trail mix. It's great for a meal or a snack.
What's in it?
Well, they have 2 flavors, maple oat and harvest nut, which is my favorite. It's made with whole grain oats, almonds, pecans, raisins, coconut, and the sweet taste of pure maple syrup. Maple oat is a simpler take on their delicious granola. It's got wholesome oats, plump raisins, coconut, and maple syrup.
That sounds healthy and delicious.
That's why I can't stop crunching, Susan.
Greek Goddess Gourmet Granola. It's a breakfast or on-the-go snack you can feel good about. It's dairy-free and gluten-free, and with only 2 grams of added sugar per serving, even your belly will love it. Pick some up at Lidl, Amazon, GreekGoddessGourmet.com, or at specialty stores near you.
Rolling Stones. 2007, the day after 2 years, Stones played their final show on their A Bigger Bang World Tour at the O2 Arena in London. The longest, biggest tour of their career in 2007, the highest grossing in rock history. They brought in almost $600 million in 2007. Gee willikers. And just around midnight, just around $600 million. To the phones, taking priority with Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's Dave from Smyrna. Hey, Dave, how's it going?
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Very well.
Yes, sir.
It's going very well. Kimmer, I love this cooler weather we're getting here now.
Man, love it.
There's something But there's something I'm seeing on the news I'm really confused about.
All right.
What does Jerry Mathers, the actor best known as the Beaver, what does he have to do with redrawing congressional districts?
Well, gee, I don't know, Dave.
I don't have the answer. But they kept Jerry Mathers. I don't get it.
Well, I haven't seen him lately. But I guess he knows as much as anybody. A little Ward was a little tough on the Beaver last night, kind of chewed him out or something, I guess, sir. But I guess we have to live and
learn.
learn.
Jokes are bad when you have to explain them.
I know.
It sounds like Jerry, Okay, thank you, God. Thank
you. Bye, Dave. 321. Our number, 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Sometimes life is a mystery. Our birthday list, we have an actual program here going on like always. Our birthday list includes Chris Pine. Chris Pine is 45. James T. Kirk in the new Star Trek movies. Steve Trevor in the Wonder Woman movies. His dad is Robert Pine, who played Ponch and John's boss on the TV series Chips. Chris Pine, 45 years old. Oh, hold on, Mr. Penn there with the thing there. 45 years old. And, oh, crap, Mr. Phone, stop that. I hate when you do that. Going black on me. I put my dial. Okay. On this day in history, 1968, Democratic National Convention, Chicago. Thousands of anti-war protesters taken to the streets protesting Vietnam, supporting by their top Democrat presidential candidate, Vice President Hubert Humphrey. The most violent four-day convention in American history. Police National Guard clashed with protesters outside the amphitheater. Hundreds of people, innocent bystanders, beaten by the Chicago police, spilled into the convention hall. Guards roughed up the delegates, members of the press, including CBS News correspondent Mike Wallace, who was punched in the face. On August 29th, Humphreys secured the nomination, and the convention was over. In the aftermath, a federal commission investigating the convention described one of the confrontations as, quote, a police riot, and blamed Chicago Mayor Richard Daley for inciting his police to violence. Nevertheless, 8 political radicals called the Chicago 8 were arrested on charges of conspiring to incite the violence, and in their 1969 trial in Chicago, sparking new waves of protests in the city. And they were, as I recall, they were all basically found innocent. And, Jerry Rubin and those guys. And,
It's funny how the left never gets blamed for egging on the police riots that start.
Well, look at the George Floyd stuff, too. I mean, pick any example like this. Anyway, and I remember that I remember Dan Rather calling them thugs and on TV and stuff. I mean, jeez, that was 1968. And again, well, I mean, it's true, but I remember being in a very far away place in a very set of dangerous circumstances, wondering what the hell's going on back in America. I mean, this is in 1968, not only the Democrat National Convention, Martin Luther King assassinated, Bobby Kennedy assassinated, and believe me, we're over in that situation going, what the hell is going on back home? I mean, what a time. Anyway, all right, Kimmer Pete Flounder, 324. We're going to hear from Donald Trump, and I almost don't want to talk about the anniversary of Abbey-gate. Honestly, 4 years ago today, exactly 5:36 in the afternoon in 2021, August 26, the ISIS terrorist, a prisoner set free by the Taliban earlier, detonated the suicide bomb, Civilian Gate in Kabul, the airport main entry point for evacuation operation. 11 Marines, a soldier and sailor murdered, 45 wounded, 160 also hurt, civilians. Single deadliest day in American forces in a decade. And it was Biden doing it. Let's not. In fact, this is something from the White House wants us to remember. In what will be recalled one of the most shameful, heartbreaking moments in our nation's collective memory, Joe Biden checked his watch. And time stood still as a sailor, soldier, and 11 Marines returned home in flag-draped coffins, solemnly escorted by their brothers and sisters in arms. Ladies and gentlemen, forgive me. I'm just going to do this once, but I'm going to say their names. Staff Sergeant Darren Hoover, Marine Sergeant Johnny Rosario, Marine Sergeant Nicole Gee, Marine Corporal Hunter Lopez, Marine Corporal Dagan Page, Marine Corporal Humberto Sanchez, Marine Lance Corporal David Espinoza, Marine Lance Corporal Jared Schultz, Marine Lance Corporal Rayleigh McCullum, Marine Lance Corporal Dylan Merola, Marine Lance Corporal Kareem Nakui, Marine Petty Officer 3rd Class Maxton Soviak, Navy Staff Sergeant Ryan S. Nouse, United States Army. And as Commander-in-Chief, Donald Trump says, I'll never allow our military service members to be betrayed, our friends to be so abandoned, and our credibility to be so destroyed. We offer you our enduring love and our unwavering devotion. And again, for the record, Joe Biden pulled this ridiculous, disgusting, murderous, treasonous, treacherous operation so that he could try to have a claim of peace before the anniversary of the September 11 attacks on America. He did it for political purposes. Anyway, we'll get to that. All right, let's do something funny here. 326. And we'll go. Speaking of funny, Donald Trump is entertaining people again. You'll hear from that in just a couple of minutes. Honestly, the man's hysterical. Today, this is making the rounds. It's got 6 million views. A woman named Haley Giammarino got a call from her dermatology clinic. Founder, we're going to do cut number 1 here. Cut number 1. From her dermatology clinic, never expecting it to become a viral moment. The voicemail begins. She got a call. Voicemail begins in a standard professional fashion. The clinic member introduces herself, begins explaining the results of a bacterial culture taken at their recent appointment. Now, there's going to be places in here where there's pauses, and you'll understand why, as you can hear the chuckling in the background. Here now is the woman from the doctor's office, the receptionist, trying to leave the message for the woman who made the appointment. Founder, cut number 1.
Hey, Haley. This is Kat with Babcock Dermatology. I was giving you a call to go over that bacteria culture that we did here in clinic the other day. So the bacteria came back, or the culture came back with a big bacteria called Pantoia species, and that is spelled P as in pork.
You're laughing in the background. Pork. P as in pork.
Sorry. A as in apple, N as in new.
They're all starting to crack up.
I'm so sorry. Okay. T as in tree, O as in orange, E as in earth, A as in apple. And so Amanda wanted to know if you had a sulfa.
Anyway, so they all just start cracking up, and they finally had to apologize.
Amanda wanted to know if you had a sulfa drug allergy.
And as you call it out eventually.
And you have 3 weeks to live.
Yeah, by the way.
Call us back when you can.
Yeah, the doctor said you have 10. 10 what years? 10, 9, 8. Yeah. Some of the reactions, obviously. E as in earth. E as in earth. Another girl will have the girl in the background, pork. P as in pork. I mean, it's not exactly the NATO phonetic alphabet, D as in dog, or whatever. Anyway, I thought that was kind of bizarre and amusing. Now, speaking of bizarre and amusing, it just comes out of nowhere. Flounder, I want to play cut number 5 of Donald Trump. Donald Trump, once again today, just started entertaining people. And he was, you'll hear him later. He's going to talk about how he's bringing wages back up in the blue-collar community. He'll also be talking about, I mentioned the Glenn Beck thing, the story of the hidden things that DOJ is finding in the federal government's finances and so forth. And he'll also talk a little bit later on about the burn bag issue with the Attorney General and the investigators and so forth. But here is Donald Trump talking about suspected child molester Chuck Schumer and that fat load governor from Illinois. Cut number 5, Flounder, if you would.
Oh, it's a trap. Don't do it. And then I saw this poor, stupid Chuck Schumer, the guy. He looks like he's aged 100 years. And I don't like getting into looks. looks don't mean anything, right? When you're in politics, looks don't matter. I look at Pam, I would never say she's beautiful because that'd be the end of my political career.
Listen to this guy.
Secretary. But I will tell you, this is the best of all. And they're going to fight me. Like this slob of a governor you have in Illinois. This poor guy got thrown out of his business by his family. Know the family. I was partners with the family. Nice family. I like the family, but he was no good. They threw him out. He's governor of Illinois, and he goes about Trump, we don't need his help. Chicago is the worst. These places are really bad. Crime in D.C. was the worst it ever was. They make up stories. Crime in D.C.
Anyway, Donald Trump. And by the way, Chicago just had another setback of murderous weekend, and the residents, as of this afternoon, are calling for Donald Trump to do something about the crime in Chicago. There you are. Chicago, Illinois. 3:31, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? How's your Tuesday? 106.3. We got it. Go Braves. Go Braves.
Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Glenn Beck until noon. Clay and Buck from noon to 3. And the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. Plus Jesse Kelly from 6 to 9. And Jimmy Vela from 9 to midnight. The voices you need all day with the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Love talking about these family businesses like Paul and the Boys Stovall and Company, your third-generation wholesale landscaper supply company. You got somebody building you a backyard or fixing landscaping or pool deck, stuff like that. Stovall and Company, been doing this forever and ever. 11 locations, latest one up in Canton. And they have the flowers and trees and shrubs and irrigation systems and sprinklers and rocks and boulders and things. And again, if they don't have something you need specifically and they don't have it, they can tell you where else to find it, even losing the sale. On-site delivery stuff. If you need it now, it's probably on the way. I'm serious. Check it out. StovallInc.com.
Join Daniel Madelon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guests are FBI Special Agent in Charge Paul Brown and FBI Special Agent Charles Orgbon Jr. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at ATLbail.com.
Experience luxury like never before behind the wheel of a brand new Cadillac from Jim Ellis Cadillac.
From the iconic Escalade to the innovative electric Lyriq, Jim Ellis Cadillac offers the models you know and love, along with the latest in luxury EVs.
And the buying experience just as luxurious as the Cadillac name itself. With great prices, a great selection, and a team of knowledgeable sales associates, you'll love shopping at their showroom conveniently located on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter.
Prefer to shop from home? Visit JimEllisCadillac.com, where you can browse all the latest offers and even start or complete your entire purchase online with the Jim Ellis Expressway.
Want to try before you buy? Schedule an at-home test drive and enjoy the convenience of home vehicle delivery. Luxury is waiting. Experience it today at Jim Ellis Cadillac. Jim Ellis Cadillac, where you can always expect the best.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Brandon Hutchison, Executive Vice President and General Manager of Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Make no mistake about it, we're big customers of Georgia Power. It really is a true partnership. We've ran NASCAR's highest level of racing. In the early days of Atlanta Motor Speedway, Atlanta International Raceway, as it were, they raced twice a year, and that was about it. And then we started figuring out that this is an 850-acre campus that can do so much more. And it's not just the larger events that impact the region, it's the local events that really impact our community. It's a big responsibility for us to be such a big player in our community, and there's no doubt that Georgia Power has fan experience front of mind all the time.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit georgiapower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
September is Fan Appreciation Month at Truist Park. Get ready as the Braves battle the Mariners and the Cubs September 5th through the 10th. Fans can enjoy 3 gate giveaways, including the Kids Beaded Necklace, a Michael Harris II scooter bobblehead presented by Xfinity, and the replica jersey presented by Coke. Plus, the popular Barbie ticket pack returns this season on September 9th. See all of the fun this September and get your tickets at braves.com/promos. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
When I first started using a CPAP, getting supplies and equipment was a horrible hassle. It pretty much stayed that way until I discovered CPAPs, etc.com. Same-day shipping on anything you might need, including travel CPAPs, hoses, masks, you name it. Same-day shipping. CPAPsETC.com or visit their store in Alpharetta. So easy, and you could be preserving your health and saving your life.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on XTRA 106.3, Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station.
I just want to tell you about a group of people running around loose in this country. These people actually believe the earth is flat. How stupid some people in our country are. You have to look out for them and stay the hell out of their way.
Atlanta Talk Radio legends are only on XTRA 106.3.
Look out. Ray Charles, 2005, had a post office named after him in L.A. near where he recorded his music. It was a federal bill signed by President George Bush in 2005 to rename the post office after Ray Charles. Ray Charles died in June 2004, just before they changed the name, obviously. He was 74, had acute liver disease. And unlike Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles apparently actually was blind, so it's kind of a special thing. Stevie Wonder's been faking it for, 40 years or 60 years or something. Anyway, that's what they say. I can't vouch for that, but it sounds reasonable. Let's see, our birthday list. It's Kim, Repeat, and Flounder, by the way. How you doing? Our birthday list includes Bob Cowsill. He's 76 years old. Bob Cowsill from the famous family singing group, The Bobs. He'll be 70. I'm sorry. They changed it to Cowsills later. It was too confusing. And on this day in history, in fact, Flounder, do you know the name off the top of your head? Ryan White. Oh, I'm sorry, he was in the back room. Do you know the name? The name Ryan White?
That's a pretty common name, so I don't know offhand.
I'll bet Pete does, just from the ages back at the very beginning. This was really still in the remarkable stages in 1985. A 13-year-old boy named Ryan White had been given a blood transfusion, and he was 13 years old at the time, got a blood transfusion, and all of a sudden it was discovered that he had AIDS. And this became a huge case. Nobody knew what to do. This was, again, fairly early, and especially with children getting AIDS. It was the nation was going nuts. What do we do? What does this mean? And, of course, there were all kinds of wild theories and so forth.
HBO had like a family movie about it, the Ryan White story. Yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah, there you go. Again, it was in 85. And, again, I was a reporter back then. In fact, I was in San Francisco for that period. I left Atlanta for a couple of years to go to San Francisco and TV, and that was the story, was the AIDS thing. But Ryan White was 13 years old. He got AIDS, and then they wouldn't let him go back to school. He was supposedly at Western Middle School in Kokomo, Indiana, and the school would not let him go back to class. So they had a special telephone, just before internet stuff, they had a telephone hookup at his home because he was not allowed to go to school. Michael Jackson wrote a song about him. By the way, when it happened, he was 13 years old. The doctors gave him 6 months to live. He lived 5 years, died at age 18. And Michael Jackson wrote a song called Gone Too Soon about Ryan White, AIDS patient who was not allowed to go to school. And again, nobody knew what to do. It was all, God, I remember those days, and by the way, going to cover, anytime you wanted to cover a thing, we would go to Haight-Ashbury or the places where, the strips in San Francisco where you'd get all the gay bars and so forth. And I'll tell you, it was a very turbulent time and a very unhappy, unfriendly. I can't tell you the number of times I got booed and hissed and attacked verbally and elsewise for just covering the story of in the gay community. And yeah, absolutely. Oh, God, yeah.
You got hissed at on Castro Street?
Haight-Ashbury, the Castro. Absolutely, baby. Let me tell you, you've never lived until you've been hissed by a bunch of gay guys in San Francisco. And for the record, so again, in the media, no, we don't care about gay. Gay is, half the people in the business are gay, so we've worked with them all our lives. But again, my favorite cameraman, was signed to me most of I did a lot of all the late night live stuff, and it was an anchorman. Anyway, also, but my cameraman was screaming gay guy. He got the big eagle tattoo on his chest, and one night he was screaming. Anyway, he used to take me by all the places where he said if we go real slow here, you can hear the people screaming in the basement because it's one of his gay hookups where they are into some rather unusual behaviors. I said I don't want to hear it anymore. Oh man. Anyway, he was a great guy. It was a Harley rider. So was I. We both had her. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230.
Question.
Yes.
Outkick.com has a great question. Will Taylor make him sign a prenup?
That is a great question. And should she? What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, for what she's worth.
Flounder, do you and I shouldn't ask you your own personal things about whether Veronica make a sign a prenup.
Oh my God!
No, I was only. I'm serious about it. I didn't have one. There was no way I'd had one. I wouldn't have done it. Now, if I had $1 billion, I might. And I
would you sign one?
Now, yeah. If I can look back and go back 35 years, yeah, I would. Maybe I wouldn't be working. But seriously, no. Now, do you think she should sign a prenup, or should make him sign a prenup?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, she's a billionaire, and he's rich. Obviously, he's got millions of dollars, but still.
Yeah, but his money's going to dry up in a year.
Well, it depends where they get married too. If they now California, I don't know where they. Well, he lives in.
She lives in Connecticut.
Yeah, and he lives in. Well, it depends where they live.
He lives in either Missouri or Kansas.
Yeah, but again, I don't know where they're going to live and where their residence would be if they split up, whether it's a community property state, whether you like it or not. All
right, here's the question.
Yeah.
If you were in that situation, would you sign it if she came to you and said, I need a prenup?
Sure. Absolutely. If I were in love in the way I thought that I was and acted as though I would have done anything for her. Absolutely. I would have done anything. I would have said, and I'll sign her everything I have to you too.
How did that work out?
Oh, it was great, because this way I get to work until I'm, like 80, 85 years old if I don't die in the job, stuff like that. It's really, because it keeps me young, young at heart. In fact, today, guys, incredible. I was at Dr. Dina's office, Atlanta Smiles, and I'm in there, we're talking to Chair, and she's telling me about this 80-year-old guy, a friend of hers. He's a doctor, and he's a war hero, Vietnam. He was like an undercover specialist, big pre-op guy, and he's also a doctor, and he's huge into supplements for men to stay young longer. Even old guys like me to be, to get boobity boom bomb back in your old thing with the thing there. And he just got married to a 50-year-old woman 5 years ago. He's 80. So, hey, I'm absolutely. I'm glad things work out there. Still, in the ball game, I'm right out here.
Well, see, you have to go out every once in a while.
Well, I don't want to do that.
Meet these women.
Well, no, I don't want to do that. That's, then there'd be people there. Anyway, well, see, there we go. Anyway, and I'm not good. Isn't this life thing way it freaking happens, man? You just wait. You guys just wait. Anyway, all right, 3:43, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Oh, by the way, a quick thank you, and then we're going to talk some more about Donald Trump. Oh, you know what? There's a huge story coming up, right? We're going to do a break shortly, but then we're going to talk about what the hell's going on in Europe. There are three kind of Europe-related immigrant-type stories coming up, and we'll talk about here in a very short order about what the hell is happening in Europe. Donald Trump ought to be sending people over there to take care of things. So anyway, first of all, a quick thing. I'm just about to run out of my address labels at my house. And so, I could obviously just write my address on the top of an envelope if I want to, but I've always had address labels, and I've always had Marine Corps address labels that have an eagle, globe, and anchor, or the Mount, Suribachi kind of thing, or something or other, a little label, and then in my, Marine Corps label of some kind of my address. And I've got like 3 or 4 left, and then last night I got the mail, and in the mail was an envelope from the Disabled American Veterans Association from Cincinnati, Ohio, and they send me stuff every once in a while. And in the envelope was about 100 address labels. And I'm just thinking to myself, today's the anniversary, 4th year anniversary of the Abbey Gate disaster by the former administration. And we're talking about military stuff, and disabled veterans sent me a thing and supplied me with my address labels for the military thing when I was about running out of them and hoping I was going to have to go order some somewhere and pay for them and do stuff. And this showed up today, and it's just, just a little, I don't know it's a thing. And I feel blessed, and I sent them money. I put it in the mail today as a thank you. I sent them some money. So anyway, and if Disabled American Veterans, DAV, if you want to look it up. All right, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, Cora 4 already, holy cow. Boom. The Cracker Barrel. Donald Trump has a great idea. By the way, this is a great idea. And if you're going to drive away somebody, you might as well drive away the idiots who are ruining your business. Also, what's going on in Europe, from Ukraine to Germany, and also a little girl arrested for trying to defend herself against a dangerous stalker. And you'll hear her screaming. Coming up, Kevin, Pete, and Flounder, 346 on 106.3. Look out.
Get connected to Extra 106.3 on all your favorite apps. Then download ours and stream the station across Georgia. We're live online at extra1063.com. Stream live video from the studios on YouTube. And of course, Kimmer, Bortz, and your favorite Extra shows in crystal clear digital on the Extra 106.3 app.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Now, I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but let me tell you why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out from the rest. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Everybody wants to play. Many of the local HVAC companies, though, have been sold to large conglomerates. And some are even coming back under new names. But at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, they never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947. And their dedication to our community has never wavered. They are the grand slam you can count on. Central's team of experts know the game inside and out, delivering dependable service and personalized solutions every time. So don't get caught off base. Choose the HVAC team that's always been in the game. Get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Turn to your Atlanta Carrier experts. Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, 770-GET-HEAT, or visit them online at centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I know a lot of our listeners, they've heard about the big, beautiful bill, but they might not fully understand all 900 pages of it. So what are some of the most important things folks need to know when it comes to taxes as they approach their retirement?
Oh, Kevin, I imagine the politicians don't know what half of that 900-page document was about. But as it pertains to financial planning, there's some major tax changes. Things like no tax on tips, some big deductions and changes to the way we pay taxes on Social Security. There's also some big changes to the way we're actually allowed to do SALT and other deductions to minimize what we pay from a tax perspective. But your CPA has got to be aware and got to be planning for that. So we've got to get to work on that.
I know it's 900 plus pages, Evan, but ultimately it's probably not what everyone had on their summer reading list. But ultimately, we know tax implications, they can really derail a retirement plan when all's said and done, can't they?
Well, 100%. I mean, think of it this way. If you make $1, but then you got to give half of it or more to Uncle Sam, and trust me, between capital gains taxes, taxes on your Social Security, taxes on your ordinary income and dividend and interest income, you're going to be giving a huge chunk to Uncle Sam unless we do some proper planning. And with that, we can minimize, in some cases, completely eliminate the taxes that you're paying.
A new tax plan can mean new tax strategies, and if you'd like to learn more, give Atlas Retirement a call today and let them put together a complimentary tax map just for you with absolutely no obligation. Give them a call today, 678-736-7799. Again, that's 678-736-7799 or online at atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Hey, this is John Flading. I'm the president and owner of ATL Turf Co. We have become a highly sought-after turf installation company in the Atlanta and North Georgia luxury residential market. Big reason for that is our installers are ATL Turf Co. employees. We do not outsource labor. They are trained to be experts in the turf installation process, drainage, grading. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Hey, it's Los. We're here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, I've learned a lot about this car buying process from you. Is that typical of most of the clients you've worked with?
Yeah, I'm finding out it's even more typical. I mean, people are learning more and more, and maybe it's because I overload them with information because I want to be able to sleep at night. I want to make sure you know everything.
Do I have to have a particular make and model in mind when I call you, or is it just open to anything I want?
It's open. I can get any make, any year, any model.
I might be looking to trade in my vehicle. Can you accommodate that as the honest car guy?
For sure. I mean, we love it when people want to trade in cars because honestly, it's best for you to trade in a car. Why? Because you get a tax savings.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the honest car guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
All right, boys, you're going to have to vote on this one. Greatest guitarist of all time. Coming up here now. Here's the deal. "2003, Rolling Stone magazine named the greatest guitarist in the history of rock and roll. The list included Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, Keith Richards, Chuck Berry, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and Ry Cooder, but number 1, Jimi Hendrix, according to Rolling Stone.
I can agree with that.
Is that about right?
Well, Stevie Ray's right there with him, I'd say.
I don't know anything about music after about 1967, but I never I thought of Jimi Hendrix as that greatest guitar guy. I don't know why. But anyway, so that's what they're saying. You guys, it must be the.
It looks like a toothpick in his hands.
Really?
Now, sometimes a guitar overwhelms the player. I mean, he looks like it was a plaything.
Not to mention, he was left-handed. He would use a right-handed guitar and string it like a lefty.
Oh, upside down?
On some of them, yeah.
Oh, no kidding. Wow. Well, that takes time. I mean, I'll tell you, playing the guitar is a lot harder than it looks. I mean, a lot of guys, my age, back in the 60s, if you had a guitar and you could sing, you could play a folk song, you were going to have girls all over you. If you were at a party and some guy had a guitar, started, Michael, row the boat, boom, wham, they're all over you. So
my love,
yeah, exactly. A cherry has no stone. Yeah, wham. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, Toga. Our birthday list includes Macaulay Culkin. Home Alone, Richie Rich. Macaulay Culkin is 45 years old today. A little thing there. And on this day in history, a little musical thing there for you, boys. On this day in history, 1978, Grease, the movie soundtrack, hits number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was the second chart-topping hit from the album of the same name, Frankie Valli's Grease. The 1960s, a final a decade where the musical hits of Broadway were routinely adapted by Hollywood into big-budget screen versions. West Side Story, My Fair Lady, Sound of Music, Funny Girl, Fiddler on the Roof, Cabaret. But after that, in the 70s, Paramount Picture put a little bet on a little musical called Grease. Huge hit movie, pop cultural phenomenon, one of the most successful original motion picture soundtrack albums in music history. Frankie Valli's title tune singles. Number 1, You're the One That I Want, duet with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. Number 3 hit, Hopelessly Devoted to You by Olivia Newton-John. Summer Nights, a huge top 10 hit. The 4 hit songs that came from the original Broadway show. Huge setting. Summer Nights would become top 10. Let's see, songs like Grease Lightning, Beauty School Dropout, Hand Jive. The whole new slate of songs added to Time to Film the Movie version. And whole new songs were added, including You're the One That I Want and Hopelessly Devoted to You. A huge hit. So anyway, little Grease action, 78. 355, Kemmer, Pete, and Flounder. Okay, here's what's going on. As a setup, a guy named John Rudette, 21-year-old model from upstate New York, was in Germany riding the tram. He's living there now doing modeling stuff. He got stabbed trying to stop somebody from attacking women. And he got his face all bloodied up. I mean, he's a model, so I don't know if he can even keep working again. But he said, you don't think we know what's going on in Europe? They have an immigration problem. It was an immigrant who attacked him after attacking women. He tried to stop him from happening. He said, let me drop some knowledge on you. When the assailant's set to be released, when they Florida said, well, we don't have a lot of evidence. He said, wait a minute. He's being released because he wasn't a citizen of Germany or a citizen of Europe. He doesn't even belong here. He's an immigrant, an illegal immigrant, a drug dealer, and very popularly known here, especially by the police. And they're letting him out because he's not a German citizen. So it's just saying, we can't handle this stuff. If the Germans were held to the law that this guy does, they'd be swinging knives all over the place. And now, and I'll tell you a little bit later about a Ukrainian refugee woman who came here and got stabbed to death by a homeless scumbag in America. But first of all, this is incredible. In Dundee, children are being punished in parts of Europe for standing up for themselves. Migrant-linked sex crimes are shockingly increasing. A 14-year-old Scottish girl was caught brandishing a knife in self-defense, sparking outrage after she got arrested trying to stop a guy from stalking her and threatening her. Flounder, here's the sound of this young girl caught on video. This guy was filming and videoing her and stalking her, and she picked up some knives to try to make sure he didn't attack her, and she got arrested. Here's this girl screaming for help and complaining.
Yes, you have a knife.
You don't. Hell, f***ing prove it. Your f***ing body gets
Why are you fucking with us?
Head bashers.
Show the knife. Show the knife. Show the
knife. Away from us.
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Don't touch her.
That's it. That's it. Show the knife.
Don't touch my leg.
Show the knife. That's it.
Don't touch my leg. Don't touch her. She had wow.
They're hysterical. The girl picked a knife.
12 and you just butchered me, man.
Yeah, show the knife. Maracha.
Don't touch her. Done to me. Don't touch her.
The migrant was recording her, and she and her friend got arrested. The 14-year-old girl got arrested for carrying a blade.
Yeah.
Protecting herself.
The story in the local paper is 7 short paragraphs in the headline.
Yeah.
They mentioned that she had a bladed something in her hand 4 times in this short little article, blaming her, not once mentioning him.
An immigrant attacking her, a bladed weapon, and she got charged for it. The community's going nuts. A troubling pattern of migrant-linked crimes. Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. Europe's going crazy,
Take
man.
Your country back. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They literally let him walk. He's following her, basically filming her.
Yeah, right.
And this is after all the Elon Musk has come out and said he will fund anybody who goes after the government officials who are allowing this to happen, who covered up the grooming and the rapes of their little girls.
Yeah. And this was Scotland, right? Again, this is
Scotland.
It's everywhere in Europe. The police are going into your home if they don't like something you posted.
Oh, the police are from the guy on the beat to the guy running to the police chief.
Yeah.
They're all complicit with the government and the media to help the barbarians invade their country.
Yep.
It's an invasion at this point. Military-age men going after these little girls and boys, and these so-called men over there allowing it to happen.
Yeah. We really haven't seen any. Flounder, I know I'm going to be late for a Flounder's Funny.
We'll do it on the other end.
We'll do it on the other end of the news here. But again, I mean, this is happening over and over and over. When Donald Trump was talking to the foreign leaders, he said, you people got to start remembering, like freedom of the press, and I mean, they're turning into God knows what.
They thought they would bring in all these foreigners who are going to build their, they had a dwindling population. So they'll bring in the foreigners, and they would be producers, and they would help prop up their social welfare system. Well, guess what? They're not producing. They're standing there with their hands out and breeding and outbreeding the natives there and taking over. And the government is complicit with this. And I tell you what, this little girl, it's become a poster now and photo.
Should.
It is
with
like
those blades,
she's like Braveheart too.
Yeah, God bless her. Anyway, well, here we go. One of the many things we're covering today with you and us, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 106.3, coming up on 4 o'clock. Mercy, what's going on over there?
WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
A court fight is coming. Lisa Brady, Fox News. The Federal Reserve Governor, President Trump, says he's firing. Plans to challenge that in court. A Fed statement says Lisa Cook will ask for a decision confirming her ability to keep fulfilling her responsibilities as a Senate-confirmed member of the Fed Board of Governors. President Trump says he would abide by the courts, but also said during a cabinet meeting today he has good people for that position.
President Trump posted a letter on social media announcing Cook's firing, an unprecedented move at the independent agency. The president says he's removing Cook because of deceitful and potentially criminal conduct in a financial matter. The director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency accused Cook of mortgage fraud. He has referred the matter to the Justice Department, but Cook has not been charged as of yet with a crime.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. President Trump calling the governor of Illinois a slob who refuses to admit he has problems. This after the governor, Democrat J.B. Pritzker, told the president publicly not to come to Chicago in a possible expansion of the federal crime crackdown in D.C.
So the line is that I'm a dictator, but I stop crime. So a lot of people say, if that's the case, I'd rather have a dictator. But I'm not a dictator. I just know how to stop crime.
New York's Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul rejecting the president's push to end no-cash bail.
We don't have cashless bail in the state of New York. He thinks we do, but we don't. So he has no concept of how our laws work here.
Republicans argue that more lenient bail and prosecutors' decisions have helped fuel rising crime. In Wisconsin, a federal judge ruling the case can proceed against a county circuit judge accused of helping a man evade U.S. immigration agents at her courthouse. A late rally on Wall Street, the Dow up 135 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
All right, I got it now. How's it going? Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on WFOM, the FOM of Atlanta, 106.3. Chef. Da-da-da-da-da. With our friend Alan Woody here, actually. Sad story. On this day in the year 2000, 25 years ago today, Alan Woody, the former bass player with the Allman Brothers Band and co-founder of Government Mule, Alan Woody was found dead in New York. In this day, 25 years ago, he was only 44. It doesn't say what he died from, so I can't tell you. I don't know. And let's see, birthday list includes Melissa McCarthy, Now, the guy who wrote this said the super funny star of Ghostbusters, Mike and Molly, and Bridesmaids. I've never particularly I guess I don't care. I mean,
she's funny.
Yeah, I guess I really haven't seen much about her. In fact, I tried to watch her with the girls' movie of the version of the pretty boys in the casino robberies, Ocean's 11 movie. She did like Ocean's 8 girls movie or something version. Wasn't she in that one? Anyway, and I didn't think it was very good. Anyway, she was an identity thief and the boss and a bunch of things. Melissa McCarthy's 55 years old today. And our history check today, on this day in 1907, Harry Houdini jumped off a bridge over the San Francisco Bay. At the time, he had his hands tied to a 75-pound ball and chain. And he jumped off the San Francisco Bridge in 1907, swam to the surface in less than 2 minutes without the 75-pound ball and chain. Something of a trick, Harry Houdini. And again, the story of him dying from appendicitis after getting punched in the stomach when he wasn't ready for the punch is the stupidest thing that ever, ridiculous. But what a way for him to go for all the things he did that should have killed him. Yeah. Anyway. All right, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. What the heck was I just going to do? Son of a gun, darn it. Well, let's do this. More about the European thing. And here's a story of a young woman, and again, in North Carolina, a 23-year-old girl named Irina Zatutska was from Ukraine. She had recently fled her war-torn country home for a safer life in America. So she is at the light rail station in Charlotte, North Carolina, 10 o'clock at night, seeking safety from the war, hoping for the new beginning, when a homeless guy stabbed her to death. His name was DeCarlos Brown, 34. He had non-life-threatening injuries from the stabbing. He's been arrested a slew of times since 2011. Felony larceny, robbery with a dangerous weapon, communicating threats. He served 5 years in prison, robbery, deadly weapons charges. Other past charges have been dropped because he's homeless. He told authorities during one visit he thought someone gave him a man-made material that controlled what he ate and how he walked and talked. So he was homeless and psycho and a murderer. And he killed that girl from Ukraine trying to escape.
Looks like Predator, too.
God. I tell you, I mean, it's just, it's not one world. All right, here we go. Well, we're going to play Donald Trump stuff here in a second here, Flounder. I think we're going to let's play cut number 3 coming up here shortly. Donald Trump today has some advice for Cracker Barrel. And this sounds smart as heck, and I can't imagine if you're going to lose customers by either going woke or not going woke, I'll bet you'd lose more customers going woke than you would if you stopped going woke. So we'll see. President Trump says, I got an idea. Cracker Barrel, quote, should go back to the old logo, admit a mistake based on customer response, the ultimate poll, and manage the company better than ever before. They got it's Donald Trump. They got $1 billion worth of free publicity if they play their cards right. Very tricky to do, but a great opportunity. Have a major news conference today. Make Cracker Barrel a winner again. Remember, in just a short period of time, I made the United States of America the hottest country anywhere in the world. 1 year ago, it was dead. Good luck. And by the way, what a great idea. I mean, honestly, they understand they've lost, $200 million in value or something thereabouts. It varies, but it's a bundle. And, maybe the smart guy should say, okay, we screwed up. We welcome everybody. If we didn't do it right, I'm sorry. We want to be old-fashioned again. But we still have, whatever. They could handle this. There ought to be a way to do it. I mean, seriously. And again, here's... I'm sorry, Flounder.
No, I just got some good audio of Trump talking in the cabinet meeting where he opens up to the press and he says, you haven't had this kind of open ability in 4 years, so take a listen to this.
You know what I think? I think this. You have not had this happen for 4 years. You sat and you'd ask one question to Biden, and it was always the ice cream question, right? What flavor ice cream do you like? I like vanilla. And that was the end of the conference. I think now we've done enough. These people are very busy. I want to just thank, this is the greatest This has never been done before. First of all, a cabinet meeting was sacred. You'd never let the fake news media in. But the fake news media isn't all fake. A lot of it is, but it's not all. I think it's a great thing. I think maybe it's going to be done in the future. I hope it's going to be done. But you really get the word out. I mean, we had each one of these people spoke. I think each one, if I thought one of them did badly, I would call that person out. I would say, Christy, what the heck are you doing? No, seriously, you have a very talented group of people. They get along, they work along together. And there's something really nice about just, the openness of what we're doing. It's government. It's an open government. That's what we are. And we haven't made too many mistakes. Maybe we'll, but we haven't made too many mistakes. We've called it right. And I think you can be very proud of your country. We are a respected country again. We are really, right now, respected at the highest level, and we're doing great. And we're a very rich country again, very rich. And that's a good thing, because when we're rich, we can take care of poor. And that's what we're doing. And we're taking care of crime. And I hope, just in finishing, I hope that Illinois, I hope that New York, I hope that California, I hope they call me and they say, I'd love to have you come in and help us out. I will be a totally different person with them. I will respect them for doing it.
There you go. Well, obviously, you heard the Kimmer talking about an incredible performance by no one has ever done it before.
Every single day for the last 8 months.
Well, okay, I'm not going to rip. There you are. I mean, even
I'm not ripping. I'm just saying, maybe you're doing a little long.
Well, okay, but again, not everybody listens to every minute of it. So if they missed my 3 minutes yesterday, I'm telling you, this is. I mean, okay, there you go. All right, now at 4:11. Hold on, everything's fine. But I mean, seriously, the world
he
notices.
Should say that.
Yeah,
he should say that at least once a week.
I agree, and then I wouldn't have to. And you know what else? You know what else? I think the media, I think the press, I think they like him. I think the members who have been covering him, I really think they don't want to be a-holes. I think they really like to like him. I think they're afraid to go back to their bosses and say, he's really, he's doing pretty good stuff. He's happy, he's friendly, he's joking around.
No,
I don't.
They hate him.
I don't know. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter.
That wench from NBC.
Oh well, those are I don't mean those people. I don't mean the hosts, people who are doing all the shows. I mean the reporters who are in there.
The audio is long, but there is a reporter who was attacked in D.C. 6 or 7 months ago, and she was robbed and she was hit in the face with a gun, and she thanked Donald Trump today in the cabinet meeting.
I'll tell you, the reporters who were covering in that room, the pencil pushers and the guys that go back and write things and you never see, I guarantee you they wish things were different, and I'll bet they have a whole different attitude about Trump too. It's a new thing.
Where are the stories that Washington D.C. is being cleaned up and is safe to walk the streets again? That should be the number one story in this country, that our capital is safe again, at least for a month, and then the Democrats are going to let the criminals take it back over again at the end of the month.
Yeah, and again, Donald Trump. He says every day, 12 days with no murders in Washington. It's incredible. But unless people know it around the country and they start bragging about it, they're not giving him his due. No question about it yet.
No.
But that was pretty cool stuff. Pretty amazing stuff. Anyway, it's almost 4:13. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. And coming up, more about Cracker Barrel. Donald Trump had a great idea. Just say, man, we screwed that up. Here's what's up. And bring back the stuff. And including the peg game. I mean, holy cow. Talk about woke. This is the exact example of what we're talking about. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. How you doing?
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast's premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Well, this isn't hard-hitting political commentary, but it does illustrate one theme I just love to repeat over and over, and that is how stupid and inefficient people acting as a government can be. And I have an example from Southwest Florida. And no, it's not Naples. This has to do with building fences. In this city, it's perfectly okay for you to build a fence around your house, both sides and the back. And after you build your fence, the neighbor can also build a fence. But now try to figure this out. If your neighbor has a fence down the side of his house and you also want a fence down the side of your house, you are not allowed to attach to his fence. Oh, I know. You wonder, where the heck is this going, Bortz? Well, give me a minute. You can't attach to your neighbor's fence, so you have to install your own fence posts down the side of your house to which you attach your fence. So what do you end up with? You end up with two fences, since you can't attach to theirs, running down between your houses to the street. And between those fences is a little patch of ground, maybe a foot and a half wide, to give you room to do the construction. And since you can't get a lawnmower or a weed eater in there, that's where weeds and grass grow up until the point that the city comes along and cites you for failure to keep your lawn mowed. Yes, they're trying to change this in the city council, but oh, you've never seen such a fight. And I end with these two words: only government. Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
Storms, heat, humidity, your home takes a beating down south. Southern Exteriors was built for this. Now they're offering 10% off any job or 12 months, 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug. I know the team at Southern Exteriors personally. They do things the right way. Roofing, siding, windows, gutters, anything to the exterior of your home, they do it all. Call Southern Exteriors today or visit them on the web. It's 877-9-SOUTHERN and southernexteriors.co.
Well, I'll bet you if you have some leaks and your energy bills are going up or you feel that rain pounding in and stuff, Peach State Windows to the rescue. Peach State Windows, I know Jeff and the family, lovely wife, for 25 years now, and they do a tremendous job. And by the way, the more windows you need, the more money you're going to save. They have financing plans like, say 0 down to 0% for like a year and so forth. And it's not just the windows, a double hung vinyl, all the energy efficiency, stuff like that. But they do front door work, and if you have something rattling your roof up there, they can check that out for you. These are builder contractor type people. And don't forget, they can have 0% financing on stuff too. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. PeachStateWindows.com.
When you buy a Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett, you're buying more than a vehicle. You're buying safety for your family and something that will last a long, long time. In other words, you're buying trust. For a limited time, you can celebrate amazing offers on the all-new Forester, Crosstrek, or Outback during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, now through September 2nd. And you'll love more than just your new Subaru. You'll love the dedicated staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. With some of the best service specials in the area and a team you know you can trust, you'll ride with peace of mind knowing that Subaru of Gwinnett has your back. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, you'll find the Subaru model you've always dreamed about at a price that makes that dream come true. But you need to get in by September 2nd to take advantage. We'll make it easy. Just start with a test drive, and before you know it, you'll be in the Subaru you love. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com, then stop by on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. SubaruofGwinnett.com.
My name is Patrick, and I'm the Military Outreach Manager at the Warrior Alliance. I served in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger and deployed to several combat zones in support of the global war on terror. Veterans bring excellence through our work ethic, skills, and civic duty. However, transitioning to civilian life can be difficult, as we all share a loss of purpose when leaving the military. Returning veterans have earned and deserve our support so they can thrive on their journey home. The Warrior Alliance understands the challenge and is helping warriors navigate to success after service. Join us in changing thousands of lives for the better. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
There are nut jobs on the road. Who knows where they learn to drive? If one of them hits you, don't take care of it on your own. Call my friend David Van Sant, 855-GA-INJURY. Van Sant Law, one of Georgia's top-rated personal injury lawyers and car accident firms. Time is of the essence. Don't waste any. The longer you wait to get the right lawyer, the longer it takes to get the compensation you deserve. Call Van Sant Law today. The number is 855-GA-INJURY. VanSantLaw.com.
All right. Oh. There's a lady's choice here, I guess, probably. Sounds like. I don't know what he's saying. In 1997, Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers was admitted to the hospital after crashing his motorbike driving down Sunset Boulevard. Well, I think we've all had that issue. Ever driven down Sunset Boulevard, Pete Davis? I'll bet you have.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you do it all the way, it goes to the ocean.
I'm trying to remember. I mean, I've been on that, but I don't remember. I never spent any time.
It's a beautiful
there,
drive.
Yeah?
It becomes it gets away from the houses as you get toward the beach, and it gets kind of in the ravines and the canyons.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I remember, on my Harley riding up the Coast Road, Coast Highway. Was it Route 1 or what's a Coast Road? Coast Highway.
I think it is 1.
Yeah, 1, I think so. Anyway, I remember one time on my Harley, there was a hot girl on the side of the road hitchhiking near Mount Tamalpais, in the resorting area and the visiting area. And I stopped. I pulled my Harley over, and I said, "If you're gay," she says, "Oh, absolutely." And she hopped on my Harley, and off we went. Pretty cool. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? That was a Red Hot Chili Pepper guy. And our birthday list includes John Mulaney. John Mulaney's the comedian guy, 43. To me, he's an hysterical guy. I used to have him on. I no longer have the. What is it? What the hell is that? What's the Howard Stern channel, X Media Act, what the hell is it? Sirius XM, yeah. And John Mulaney, there's a comedy section of it, but they started charging a lot of money for it, so I dumped it. But John Mulaney is one of my favorites. He's freaky and weird, and he also, I guess he had a drug problem, drinking problem. He's 43. He was married to a woman for 5 years. When they were getting divorced, he started dating Olivia Munn, that magnificent, sweet actress, and they have a baby, and they got married last year. Now, I forgot what happened. Was he roughing her up or something? I think there was an issue, and I think they're okay. I hope they're okay. They got married last year. So John Mulaney and Olivia Munn.
Oh, no, he was a druggie.
Yeah, and I think I hope he's cleaned up or something. I think they're still together because they did get married last year.
Yeah.
And they have a baby.
I never thought him that funny, but she sees something in him.
Yeah, I know. I do. For some reason, I remember a couple of his bits that I can't stop laughing at. Anyways, John Mulaney's birthday. And on this day in history, it was 1946. Norma Jean Baker signed a contract with 20th Century Fox. She changed her first name to Marilyn after the dancer Marilyn Miller. And she changed her last name from Baker to her mother's maiden name, Monroe. Marilyn Monroe. JFK, RFK, a little thing there. Anyway, boom. And, oh, by the way, this makes me sick. There's a lawsuit now in San Francisco concerning a 16-year-old California boy who was given a step-by-step playbook on how to kill himself, even advising the teenager on the kind of knot he should use and offering to write him a suicide note. This was all done by ChatGPT. The chatbot affirmed, even encouraged Adam Rain's suicidal intentions, at one point praising his plan as beautiful. The day he killed himself in April of this year, the teenager sent a photo of the noose knot he tied to a closet rod and asked the artificial intelligence platform if it would work for killing himself. "I'm practicing here. Is this good?" he said. He aspired to be a doctor. "Yeah, that's not bad at all," ChatGPT said. "Want me to walk you through upgrading it to a safer..." I don't know. Go on. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. I don't want to read the rest of the story. I haven't read the rest of the story because it just came up. I don't want to hear about it. His mother found him. They filed a wrongful death suit today that his son struck up a relationship with the freaking app and confided suicidal thoughts. No safeguards in place to protect him. ChatGPT made him feel trusted and understood, and while alienating him from his friends and family, including 3 other siblings, egging him on in pursuit of his dream to kill himself.
They do have safeguards. If you have a romantic thing that goes on for a while, then it says, no, you
like
really
me,
need to,
with me.
to get help.
Yeah, well, my artificial girlfriend, and she said, "Well, I'm not, I don't know if I can do it or something or other." Where they don't know how to respond to it. But again, there's no safeguards for telling a kid what kind of knot to use to kill himself. Oh my God, 16? Oh God, jeez, oh God. And again, we're here. He was communicating with a robot. Killed
One of the funnest thing on ChatGPT is to put a photo on there and say roast it, and it makes fun of whatever the photo is and the people that's in it, and it's actually funny.
We're not. I don't know what we're going to need humans for most of the stuff we do.
If you're a shrink, you got to be looking around thinking, unless someone have to talk to a human, there's a lot of people who don't want to talk to someone else about their most inner thoughts or whatever.
Right.
They can talk to an anonymous machine. And if that machine has every psychiatrist that's ever said anything in history, from Jung to Freud to all of them, why do you need that human?
Yeah. But again, the machine's got to put together the thoughts of those, written thoughts from guys from books in the past to figure out how to respond to some. Yeah, I know. But how are we supposed to figure that out? But how do we know that? Again, with psychiatric advice, I mean, it's not a specific thing. There's no right answer. So how the hell can you guide somebody?
That's what you think. That's human-centric. But the machines may think there's only so many ways a human mind can think about things.
Well,
and if you have all these millions of people that came before you who are said the same thing, the machines are going to look at it from like, oh, yeah, we can figure you out.
I mean, this is freaking scary. I mean, seriously.
It's here.
It's here. It's
I don't
right
think
now.
people realize it's here.
No, we're doing it. And all you need is this. To put the little 4-inch.
In fact, working on something right now for you.
Oh my God! Stand by! What do we got for me? What are you working on for me?
No, I'm just playing the weird AI music.
All right, are you threatening me, Pete, or what's going on?
No. We have something in the works that's coming for you. That's pretty amusing.
Oh my God! Okay, well that sounds good. Now I want to go back and get my AI girlfriend again. Oh, I forgot her name.
Madison. Madison is gone. All right. Madison's long gone.
Oh, crap.
Get another one. You could have 14.
I don't know how to get one. I don't know how to do it. Anyway, that's all right. 426. No, I'm not worthy anyway. I'm not a man. And now, the latest update on wokeness and Cracker Barrel. Now, have you guys ever played the peg game at Cracker Barrel?
Yes.
Of course. Everybody knows the peg game while you're waiting for a table or you're doing things or you have it there, whatever, just, pass time. It's like restaurants have coloring books for kids and stuff. Well, the peg game is very famous at Cracker Barrel. Well, it's on everybody's table and used to poke good-natured fun at struggling players where the goal is to remove all the pegs one by one by jumping over them on the board, leaving only one. Now, here's what it says on the peg game. It used to say this: leave only one, you're a genius. Leave two, and you're pretty smart. Leave three, and you're just plain dumb. Leave four or more'n, you're just plain ignoramus. Ignoramus. Now peg games say if you leave three or more, don't be embarrassed, try again. And they misspelled the word embarrassed, by the way. Left out an R. The peg game, they say, is still the same peg game our guests have known and loved for years, and some may look visually different now, but the rules and fun remain completely unchanged, said a cracker. But baloney! It's how can you say it's fun by saying, oh, try again, don't be embarrassed, try again, instead of saying, you freaking idiot, you're too stupid to play this game, and everybody laughs at you. Duh! I mean, it's incredible. They woke-filled the peg game to minimize hurt feelings of those who don't do so well. Another guy said, hey, I got an idea. How about rewording the back of the peg game so idiots don't get offended when they inevitably suck at it? Sucking at the peg game is as American as apple pie. It's a rite of passage. It's tradition. The game made us all stronger as kids growing up. It challenges us to this day. I mean, what are they thinking? These freaking idiots. Good Lord. I mean, it's just incredible. 428, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. By the way, Donald Trump, again, if you just tuned in, Donald Trump says Cracker Barrel should go back to the old logo, admit a mistake based on customer response, the ultimate poll, manage the company better than ever before. They got $1 billion of free publicity if they play their cards right. Do it. Very tricky, but you could do it. Have a major news conference today and make Cracker Barrel a winner again. I mean, what a great idea. and everybody would be listening to it. And anyway, Donald Trump. Among his many comments today, Flounder, let's do cut number 3 with Donald Trump here. He was talking to his staff members and cabinet meetings and stuff like that, and he was talking about the issue of how the Doge people and the FBI director people have found the burn bags of the Biden administration trying to hide stuff for years. So Donald Trump, cut number 3, Flounder, if you would, sir.
And you've also found many bags of information. I think they call them burn bags. They're supposed to be burned, and they didn't get burned, having to do with how corrupt the 2020 election was. And when will that all come out?
Mr. President, I will be the first to brief you once we have that information collected. But you're right, we are finding documents literally tucked away in the back of safes in random offices in these bags and in other areas, which again speaks to the intent of those who are trying to hide the truth from the American people and trying to cover up the politicization that was led by people like John Brennan and James Clapper and others that have caused really immeasurable harm to the American people and to our country.
Great job.
I just remembered also on the Glenn Beck interview, he talked to one of his investigative reporter guys who said the Doge investigators found evidence, a terabyte of evidence, which is a trillion billion pieces of evidence of the duplicity of the Biden administration trying to hide payments to people. They were in the Taliban and stuff like that. And the Doge people found that when they got in there to investigate, the Biden administration people before them ruined things. They broke things. They broke machinery. They ruined computers. They tried to hide stuff. The Doge people said they found guns in various safes and drawers of abandoned offices. I mean, it's just incredible. I don't even want to call it scandal of the last administration.
The federal empire is way too large. It's out of control. Nobody knows what's going on with it. It's got to be pared down.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, hard to believe how bad. I mean, the swamp is a billion times worse than we ever thought. Yeah.
You want to hear how out of control the government is? Oh, we ain't got time. We'll do that when we come.
All right, well, right now, also, the Dems are still trying to pretend they know what they're doing. They're having a summer meeting. Have you heard about these things? Oh, my God. Coming up, 4:31, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. That's next.
Summer breeze makes me feel fine.
If you love 106.3, then you'll love the all-new XTRA 106.3 app. It's loaded with replays of your favorite shows like The Morning Extra and The Kimmer Show, podcasts from conservative voices across the South, and access to Extra's crystal clear live stream from anywhere in Georgia. Grab it now for Apple or Android.
Looking for the perfect car, truck, or SUV? Jim Ellis Buick GMC has you covered. With a huge selection of new and used vehicles, finding the right fit is easy.
Whether it's a Buick Enclave or Envision, a GMC Acadia or Yukon, or the power of the Sierra and Canyon trucks, and the best part, you're never alone in the process.
Their expert sales team helps match you with the right vehicle, while their finance specialists make buying simple and stress-free.
With decades of experience, Jim Ellis Buick GMC understands the importance of offering an expansive inventory that fits every driving performance, style, and budget need. Plus, every new Buick and GMC comes with cutting-edge technology, premium comfort, and advanced safety features, so you can drive with confidence.
Already a Buick or GMC owner? Well, keep it running like new with their state-of-the-art service center staffed by factory-trained technicians who know your vehicle inside and out. Start your search at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person in Chamblee off Peachtree Boulevard, inside the perimeter, or in Beaufort off Highway 20 near 985. Jim Ellis, Buick GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey there, I'm Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly, where you'll find local voices, familiar faces, and community businesses like Bubalo Medical.
Hey guys, it's Dr. Bubalo, and for 24 years, we've helped Atlanta look better, feel better, and perform their best. Our clinics provide expert care in weight loss, hair restoration, testosterone therapy, intimate health, and with our Bubalo Care membership, our patients gain access to at-cost medical services, advanced peptides, biological age tracking, and so much more. Want to know how fast you're really aging and how to turn back the clock? Give us a call at 404-998-4194 or visit mybioage.com mybioage.org to get started. That's mybioage.org.
Friends, it's time to take charge of your health and focus on you. There's no better time than now. And remember, Our Town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. The big question for many of our listeners as they approach retirement is, will I be okay in retirement? Sean, how do you help someone figure out if they've saved enough to be comfortable?
Great question. There's a lot of different aspects to this, but the biggest thing is looking at risk. Look, there's a lot of different risks to your money, like market risk, there's healthcare costs, inflation, and taxes. All those need to be accounted for. Many people worry if they've saved enough. Am I going to outlive my money? Strategies to help preserve your wealth can be more important than the dollar amount that you saved. Get an analysis of your situation to help you get that clarity that you need.
Tell us about the offer you have for listeners.
If you're worried about if you'll be okay for retirement, you probably don't have a plan. You might not even know what I mean when I'm talking about, do you have a retirement plan? Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit, and you can get that by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped me put this thing together just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters from everything from investments to Social Security, income planning, and has other guides that go along with it as well, with some checklists in regards to all those different strategies and topics as well. So if you want to get that information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy Framework today. Like Sean said, just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
September is Fan Appreciation Month at Truist Park. The fun begins as the Seattle Mariners come to town, September 5th through the 7th. The weekend includes live music before the game, as well as Grunge Night and Flannel Fest, all on Friday the 5th. Come dressed in your best 90s or grunge gear, and you may win free tickets to another game. To round out the weekend on Sunday the 7th, the first 3,000 kids will receive a beaded necklace, just like you see the players repping on the field.
Swung on, hit high and deep to left field, and that is gone! Home run! Braves lead!
Then, Dansby Swanson and the Cubs roll into town. September 8th through the 10th, presented by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Fans can enjoy 2 gate giveaways, including the Michael Harris II scooter bobblehead, presented by Xfinity, followed by the replica jersey giveaway, presented by Coke. See all of the fun this September and get your tickets at Braves.com/promos. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is XTRA 106.3. We're at XTRA 106.3 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at XTRA 106.3 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
This is the song that I would play for Jennifer. Would request, Daddy, please play Rhinestone Cowboy. Sarah's song was Take Me Home Country Roads. Glenn Campbell, on this very day in 1975, was number 1 on the country singles American chart with Rhinestone Cowboy. The song was one of 6 released in 1975 that topped both the Billboard Hot 100 and the Billboard Hot Country single chart. The others beside Rhinestone Cowboy that topped both charts were Before the Next Teardrop Falls by Freddie Fender, Hey, Won't You Play Another Somebody Done Somebody Wrong song by B.J. Thomas, Riding Out on a Horse, And the movie Electric Horseman with the traitor to her country and Robert Redford, as I recall. Good. It was a good. It was kind of sappy, but it was horsey, and therefore I liked it. What? What?
That was Sylvester Stallone.
No.
Rhinestone Cowboy with Dolly Parton.
Whoa,
Electric Horseman is a totally different movie than Rhinestone Cowboy, which was Sly Stallone and Dolly Parton. We've had this discussion before.
Well, now wait a minute. The movie I'm talking about was starring Robert Redford and Jane Fonda, and it was called The Electric Horseman. That's all
right.
I said. I didn't say anything about Rhinestone Cowboy as a movie. I've never heard of the Rhinestone Cowboy movie. I had never.
Why did you mention?
No, I was talking about the song, silly. I'm saying Rhinestone Cowboy, the movie. It was the song from the movie Electric Horseman. That's what I was saying. Okay. I think we might have a delay, too, by the way. A little thing there, Flounder, to
let me check here.
Rouse said or whatever. Anyway, the other songs were top both charts. Freddie Fender, I mentioned Teardrop Falls. Play Another Somebody Stupid Song by BJ. Thank God I'm a Country Boy and I'm Sorry Calypso, both by John Denver. And Convoy by C.W. McCall are the songs that topped both country and pop charts in 1975.
As a kid, we went up to the Dillard House in Northeast Georgia.
Absolutely. Oh, God, 1972 or 3 maybe.
Yeah, around that time.
Yeah.
Seriously, around that time.
Yeah.
And we came out, and there was a gentleman sitting in a golf cart, and everybody's around him going, ooh. And we asked, who is that? And it was Freddie Fender.
No kidding. How cool is that? Oh, sweet. 4-5. By the way, don't forget you were going to say something before the break.
How the federal empire is out of control.
Yeah.
Okay, the Powerball is $800 million tonight.
Yeah.
Plus.
Yeah.
All right. They said, I think the Daily Mail put this together. $700 million. If you won it as one person, the $700 million, and you lived in like New York State, how much do you think you'd have walked home with?
Oh, I probably less than half. 300 million probably.
Lower.
Really?
Yeah, 179 million they estimate.
Wow.
If you take the lump sum, which everybody does, you don't want to wait 30 years for it. You get the lump sum.
Yeah.
The federal government comes in and knocks off a buttload, and then if some states, I don't know what Georgia does, but New York State cuts it down to about 178 out of 700.
Wow.
How is that legal?
I know. The government has nothing to do with this, has no business involved in any of this, and just comes in and steals it. And as we now know with Doge, wastes the money or pockets it themselves.
That's right. That's exactly correct. And by the way, states like New York are the ones that are complaining about tax issues where they used to be able to claim $50,000 off their home payments for a tax deduction kind of deal. And now Donald Trump wants to make that different to help the economy. And they're saying, no, we don't want to go along with the tax plan. But they're the states that are charging too much of their own taxes. If the states like New York didn't charge that much taxes, they wouldn't have to worry about people getting their tax breaks because they're the ones who are making it impossible. And they're the ones who are trying to block the rest of America from taking advantage of a lower result. It's unbelievable.
The only role government should have in a lottery or lotto is to make sure that it's on the up and up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
They shouldn't get one thin dime from it.
Yeah.
And they're getting over 70%?
Well, I mean...
A lot. Well, once you take the lump sum, and they know you're going to do that.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I don't know if you can roll it over. I don't know what the rules are. In other words, if I won, $800 million, for me, the smart thing would be to do is to say, I'll take a 30-year plan if I can give it to my kids and my grandkids. So for me, if I get like $2 million a year, I'm rich. At the age of 80.
Yeah, but then you risk trusting the government that they're going to see that money in 30 years.
Well, at some point.
No, you take all the money that you can, and then you have your own private people set it up.
I know. I'm just saying, I could see a reason why some people in some circumstances might want to do that, but not, most of us, they just take the money. But you're going to get screwed. You're going to lose way more than half of it right off the top.
I think you get most of, not all, if you take the 30-year plan.
Yeah, I think you do. I think it's a fair plan because they know most people aren't going to do it, so they're going to get their money back. And again, after they just raised the tickets, now Mega Millions is now $5 a ticket.
I know.
So I stopped playing. I buy one ticket. I feel like an idiot. If
it gets over 100 million.
Just one, please.
Yeah. Really, you alone, are you, mister? Okay, old timer. Jesus, seriously.
Then you go to your single seating over there at the Dunkin'.
That's right. I stand over in the corner and watch the people with their loving dates and stuff.
The Valentine's night, standing
that's right.
standing reservation you have at the Waffle House. Happy Valentine's.
That's right.
All right, we got David on the phone, and he has a Freddy Finger, or what was it you were saying?
Fender.
Freddy Fender story. Freddy Finger.
So close. That's what she, never mind.
Just a tip, please.
Yeah, and who's this on the phone? I'm sorry.
This is David.
David, you're on the radio, man. What's going on?
Hey, guys. I used to play in a cover band around the time that song came out, and it was bilingual. Half of it was in Spanish, if you remember.
I don't remember. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, and I took 4 years of Spanish in high school and college and only learned how to say like 2 sentences, which was Vámonos, ya tarde, las clases comienzan en 5 minutos, which is hurry up, we're late, class starts in 5 minutes. Okay. All right. So I was playing in this band, and the leader of the band was this bulldozer operator who was just this extremely rural type person, and he played guitar, and he was the leader. And his girlfriend was also the harmony singer, and she was the mousy cashier at this Pigeon Forge trading post during the day, but at night she wore just a sequins and had a beehive hairdo and just transformed into this wannabe country star. Now we were not very good, okay, but and I've been playing music for years and years, and this guy, bless his heart, was like just a 3-chord guy, and I mean, I could play any song he came up with. He would just assume that I could play it on whatever, because it was only 3-chord stuff, and I'd played bass, I'd played banjo, I'd played guitar, and he thought I was some kind of musical genius. So one day we were in the trading booth, and my roommate played banjo, and I was looking at the stuff, and it was junk in the trading post, and there was one that said "Made in Mexico," and my roommate goes, "So what's that saying?" Oh, it says "Made in Mexico. Vámonos ya tarde, las clases comienzan en 5 minutos." And my roommate just thought that was funny, but the guy overheard me and goes, "Well, dadgum, he speaks Spanish too." So that night he goes, "We're going to do a new song, and it's by Freddie Fender, and I'm going to get our bass player up here to do the Spanish part." And so when he gets to the part, he pushes me over there, and I can only do "Vámonos ya tarde, las clases comienzan en 5 minutos." Singing, "Hurry up, we're late, class starts in 5 minutes."
So, and how many people in the audience, I wonder, spoke Spanish?
This was 50 years ago, so nobody knew the difference.
Oh, I'll be damned. I was going to say, somebody's going to say, what are you talking about?
Now they would, of course, know, but back then, they're going, wow,
that's funny.
He is so talented with that Spanish.
I love it. What a country. I love it, David. Have a great one, man. What a fun story. 446. Yes, sir, Pete Davis. Oh, we lost him again there, Flounder.
Why did you mention Rhinestone Cowboy with Electric Horseman?
In my head, the movie Electric Horseman is about the race or the show horse, and Robert Redford takes him away and lets him loose in the territory. And Jane Fonda's a reporter for the TV, and she follows him to do a story on the horse. And the song they played when he ran into the stadium with all the lights all over him on that horse was Rhinestone Cowboy.
It is not on the soundtrack.
No kidding. Well, then I must be wrong. What the hell song did they play?
Well, it's one of those Mandela effects that you think something's true that really isn't.
How could that possibly not be the song for Electric Horseman? Are you serious?
It's got Midnight Rider is on there. Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys.
I love that song too.
And Disco Magic, but no Rhinestone Cowboy. On the soundtrack there.
Well, I'm obviously wrong. Well, then I'm wrong.
I bet you can Google the scene in YouTube to where you hear the music, and then you can find out what song it is.
No kidding.
Yeah, why would they not have it on the soundtrack?
I don't know.
That's weird.
That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, all right, I'm late. 447. Hip.
Get the latest breaking news and insight from the biggest conservative voices in the South when you follow XTRA 106.3 across all your social media platforms. Find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube at XTRA 106.3.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Echo. Hey, folks, big news. The Echo one-day sale is heading to Howard Brothers next month. On Wednesday, September 17th, visit your local Howard Brothers for fantastic deals on Echo power equipment. That means Echo chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Whether you're a pro on a job or a weekend warrior, Echo Tools will help get that project done right. Mark your calendar, grab your crew, and head to one of the 7 Howard Brothers locations on September 17th for the Echo one-day sale. One day of big savings you don't want to miss.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 3 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffers from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. We provide testosterone replacement therapy, the P-shot, and treatment for ED, PE, and Peyronie's disease. There's not just one therapy that can solve these complex issues. When you visit our clinic, you're going to see me. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. 404-777-1911. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. 404-777-1911. Online at tbtofga.com.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a 3rd-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Hey, it's Lowe's here to tell you about a new, stress-free, and completely transparent way to purchase your next pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. It's with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, traditionally, I've been a payment buyer. How do you work with that type of buyer?
I have people that come in all the time and they want to spend $20,000. Okay, if their payments are $400 on 20 grand, they don't realize without the doc fees, without all this other stuff, we can put them in a 22 or 23 model car and we can spend a little bit more money and have the same payment. So if you're a payment buyer, don't come in here just saying, I want to spend 20 grand, because we can sit there and help you, and we can put you in a newer car with lesser miles at a payment you need.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Talking about guitar riffs. Everybody knows this one. Yeah, boy, 1970 it was. Eric Clapton recording what would become the double album Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs. Producer Tom Dowd took Clapton and his band to an Allman Brothers concert where Clapton, already a fan of the guitarist, first heard Duane Allman play in person. After Clapton invited the whole band back to the studio that night, he and Duane Allman formed an instant bond that provided the catalyst for the Layla album. Over 10 days, Allman contributed to most of the tracks on that album, 1970. Cool. Our birthday list today has Branford Marsalis, the band leader. Branford Marsalis is 65 years old today. And on this day in history, by the way, come up, Flounder, we're going to play the Pete Hegseth thing, which I think is a great idea. And also, we're going to do Donald Trump again. Oh, no, we're going to play Donald Trump at cut number 5, where he has fun of the fat guy and everything. That's coming up here in a second. First of all, on this day in Skipper Pete and Flounder, how's it going? 455, 54, holy cow. This day in history, there's a Lake Nyos, which is an inactive volcano, a crater lake on the edge of northwest part of Cameroon. On this day, in 1986, the crater Lake Nyos suddenly releases 300,000 tons of carbon dioxide. 300,000 tons of carbon dioxide spewing from a lake. It killed every human being and every animal within 16 miles. Thousands. A pocket of magma lies beneath the lake and leaks carbon dioxide into the water. It can become supersaturated with carbon dioxide, and an event like an earthquake or a landslide, something moving the land, can cause it to spew out of the water. Scientists don't know what caused this particular event in 1986, but it's one of only 3 known carbon dioxide exploding lakes. This one in Cameroon killed everything within 16 miles. Thousands of people and 5,000 animals. Let's see. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Oh, hold on. I got to get my Pete Hegseth. Flounder just found the story from Pete Hegseth, which is pretty cool. Here we go. Pete Hegseth says he's going to have a meeting with his team coming up, and he says hopefully there's going to be a change in the Department of Defense. Flounder, let's play Pete Hegseth here, if you will, on the changes coming to the Department of Defense in the United States of America.
Started my sentence by saying the Department of Defense. To which you said, that just doesn't sound right. So maybe next time we're here, my card will read Department of War. We'll see. But it's not, here's the thing, here's what people miss. It's not just about words. It's about the warrior ethos. It's about what the department is supposed to do. George Washington started the Department of War because he wanted us to win our wars. Our founders didn't want endless foreign entanglements. They didn't want endless contingencies and deployments. They wanted an empowered military that was, the handcuffs were taken off to fight to win.
Yeah, the War Department.
Yeah.
That's why they called it that. I like it. I mean, seriously, you know, talk about getting rid of
the big board.
What a great! I have that movie. Every once in a while, I'll just play part of it just for the fun of it. Well, what in the Sam Hill?
Man could have a pretty good time in Vegas. But damn.
Nylon stockings, one each.
One condom.
And now Flounder's funny.
I got in a fight recently at 3 a.m. We woke up to get in this fight. We have a dog, and our dog freaks out when it thunders. And so we have sedatives to give her because there's only so many times you can tell a dog it's just thunder before you're like, she's not getting it, you know. And you're like, just take this, all right? So I woke up, I had to wake my wife up, and I was like, hey, where are the sedatives at? And she was like, they're at the top of the cabinet. So I go get them. I looked at the bottle, and the bottle said they were expired. So I had to wake my wife back up, and I was like, hey, these say they're expired. And she was like annoyed. She was like, they're not expired, all right? They're new pills in an old pill bottle. And I was like, all right, I should have thought of that. You know, that's my fault. I mean, we have people come to our house all the time and they get milk and they're like, is this milk expired? And I have to go, that's new milk in an old milk jug. Are you the stupidest person I've ever met? Why would you not assume that's what it is? That's roughly what I told her. It wasn't as fun as that. But and then she goes all in and tells me it doesn't matter because dog medicine can't even expire, which I was like, you've never even heard a rumor about that. You don't know that. We don't know any dog medicine people. I know who she knows. We don't know one dog medicine maker that's texting her like, hey, we're doing some pretty big things at the dog medicine factory. I wanted to let you know first, but we've invented medicine that can't expire. So...
Nate Bargatze. I mean, the guy's just naturally gifted. I mean, seriously, I'll bet he's just as fun as hell. You know, and even his Christmas special was funny, touching, and cool. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder coming up. The left is going nuts over possibility of Melania Trump being on the cover of Vanity Fair. Not that she wants to, but they're going nuts about that. Plus, the Dems have coming up with a list of words they shouldn't even tell themselves they should use. And more with Donald Trump and the peg game. We got it all. And holy crap, it's sports and tweets and Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 5 o'clock. Look out. How you doing?
This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Locally owned and heard throughout Georgia on the XTRA app.
A midterm prediction. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump thinks Republicans will do very well in next year's midterms. Also saying during a cabinet meeting today, the GOP picked up millions of voters while the Democrats have lost millions.
I'd like to say the Republican Party is the party with common sense. We're smart, we're sharp, we're this to that. They're smart, but they're radical left people. And they can't help it.
This as the Democratic National Committee holds its summer meeting in Minneapolis.
One DNC official lectured Republicans about the virtues of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Another DNC member took aim at the migrant detention facility in Florida using language from the Holocaust. There's also more obsession with someone who isn't there, President Trump.
Fox's Mike Emanuel, DNC Chair Ken Martin urging Democrats to focus more on winning elections and less on winning arguments. The president and some high-profile Democrat leaders in cities and states continue, meantime, to trade public criticism over a federal crime crackdown in D.C. that he has suggested will be expanded to other cities. Federal health officials confirming that there is ongoing surveillance, precautionary and proactive, over the first travel-associated case of New World screwworm in the U.S. It's travel-related, but the person is in Maryland, remains under investigation by health officials there. Even President Trump is weighing in on the Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce engagement.
Well, I wish him a lot of luck.
The president has criticized Swift in the past.
I think he's a great player. I think he's a great guy, and I think that she's a terrific person. So I wish them a lot of luck.
The pop star and the three-time Super Bowl champ confirming in a social media post they are getting married after 2 years as a couple. No word on setting a date. America is listening to Fox News.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg, ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder. And you, 106.3. Happy Tuesday. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Yes, sir.
Was sitting in a bar, the same bar sitting in a few months ago, Sunday afternoon, watching the end of the Tour Championship, and that song, for the second time in a year, played while we're sitting.
Oh, no kidding. Anybody say anything? Did you do anything?
I didn't do anything. I looked around, and it was not a lot of people there.
Yeah,
so
that's bad. Yeah. Now years ago, that used to get some, back in the day. Of course, now people are probably afraid to say anything out loud. I don't know. Anyway, listen, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 504. Here's the number: 404-741-1230. 741-1230. And we got Holy Crap of Sports coming up, and Flounder's Funnies, and we still have some Pete's tweets, and we got to hear some really interesting Donald Trump sound bites. And again, just amazing. He's funny, he's witty, and you'll hear a bunch of it here coming up here shortly. Also, this is ironic. Donald Trump, of course, is just putting his thumb in the eyes of the Democrats when he says, I want to have a law that says if you burn the American flag, you go to prison for a year, no ifs, ands, or buts. And of course, the left went nuts when he announced this yesterday. Well, guess what? The Trump decision is already in the news in Washington, D.C., just hours after the president suggested he is signing that executive order. And after he signed it, a guy was arrested in Washington, D.C. for burning a flag. The Park Service confirmed the arrest took place that last night. The man was charged with a crime which prohibits fires in federal parks except in specified areas. Donald Trump, of course, wants to make it flag burning period for the flag burning, but they arrested him for burning the flag for something else. And so that won't, probably fit in the long run. But again, it's just kind of ironic that President Trump signs the proclamation, and a few hours after that, guy gets arrested for burning the American flag. Not for that particular reason, but it all counts. Anyway, give a P and Flounder, 404-741-1230. President Trump says Cracker Barrel should go. Oh, first of all, on the wedding, Tay-Tay and Donald, you heard Donald Trump saying, wish him well. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, of course, have announced their engagement. And when I first saw it, I thought, oh, that's great. And there's a picture of him getting down on one knee. And then I said, no, wait a minute. And then the New York Post had the story first. And they said, pictures to follow. And I thought, holy cow, they had a photographer to capture their special moment of him asking her to marry him, which I think is horrible. Now, the only reason a guy should do that is if you want to have it hidden so you catch her surprise reaction or whatever. You don't get a professional photographer to record asking. Do you? Has anyone ever done? Do people do that? Flounder, you didn't go. I guarantee you, if Flounder, now I know you were like walking in a creek or something. As I recall,
we did not
right?
do that. No, we did not. Okay. Now you might. Let's say if the guy knows he's going to do it, what he might do is get one of her girlfriends or one of his friends. Just to kind of be able to
tell her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, your secret. Yeah, you get a guy and you don't get a surprise react. Well, how about who wants to look at that? Yes, well, here I was down on the right knee. We thought about being on the left knee, but I'm right-handed, so the guy thought, for better staging. I mean, just how unromantic is that? I mean, I can't believe it. Who cares? But I think it's appalling. I can't imagine anybody wanting to do that. But again, they're showbiz. They're the world showbiz couple. So among 3 or 4 of them, I guess, around the world. Anyway, and now the other question, Pete mentioned this earlier. Should she make him sign a prenup? She's a billionaire. And the other thing is, I assume, I don't know that they're both 35, so I assume she's still in the childbearing age these days. Yeah. So I assume she wants children. Now, again, I don't know that. And people had been suspicious about why she keeps breaking up with boyfriends or vice versa. And some had thought that maybe that she doesn't want a family, that maybe the guys did and she was with her. I don't know if that's true or not. But I assume I'm just guessing she probably would like to have a family, but she's a billionaire businesswoman. And again, I'll say this as a tribute, despite her political leanings, Taylor Swift is one unbelievably remarkable professional businesswoman. Since she was a teenager, she did everything on her own for that entire tour. The dancing, the choreography, the lighting, the sketching, the skits, the costume changes, the music played, everything. She's in charge of it. Since she was a kid. I mean, that's freaking remarkable. And she pulled it without any scandals. Any scandal of Taylor's, drugging, Britney Spears shaving her head stuff, or, it's unbelievable. What a remarkable talent this girl is, and a professional who's pulled it off. So I hope if she wants kids, she can have them, and I wish her the best. I really do. I think she's a remarkable kid, and I don't care that people make fun of her. If you're in love and you're showing it and stuff, God bless you. I wish I was. Don't we all? And again, I look at the picture of him down on his knee, and I think about me when I got down on my, you idiot. She said no, and I made her later. So anyway, but I can't imagine hiring a photographer to get to both of you know. Now, on the other hand, it doesn't say that it's staged. Of course, they all knew. Anyway, I just think it's too bad. Okay, 404-550, you got the number. All right, Donald Trump says the Cracker Barrel should just say we screwed up, and we're going to go back to the old ways. And he said, you got $1 billion worth of free publicity. Go back to the old ways. Everybody will be fine. And I'll bet you if they did, they would lose some of their woke customers. But I will bet you that they would get back some of the others. Although I can't imagine wanting to go back to Cracker Barrel just because I don't want it to be a thing. I don't want to have to think about Cracker Barrel as anything other than it was Cracker Barrel. And I'm old and I don't like change. I don't know.
Kevin Sorbo, Hercules, played Hercules all that time.
Yeah.
Tweeted, we're down to only one cracker now, Cracker Jack. We must protect him and his dog at all costs.
That's right. I haven't had Cracker, and by the way, it's Cracker Jack, not Cracker Jacks. But each kernel of the buttery popcorn and peanuts or whatever caramel or whatever how they make that. In fact, what do they make that to go? What is it like caramel syrup? What is it they bond that stuff with? Cracker Jack.
Sugar.
Is butter, sugar, syrup of some kind? I guess probably. Anyway, I've always liked it. Anyway, so in fact, Flounder, let's do this before we run out of time. First of all, we played the big hex. Let's play Donald Trump. The man is he's so entertaining. He reminds me, like I said, of Tom Snyder doing a talk show or something. Let's play Donald Trump when he was talking about dealing with trying to send troops into Chicago to take care of the crime and so forth. Cut number 5 here, Flounder, where Donald Trump is naming names and writing down notes about people who are on his naughty list here. Number 5, if you will, sir.
Oh, it's a trap. Don't do it. And then I saw this poor, stupid Chuck Schumer, the guy. He looks like he's aged 100 years. And I don't like getting into looks. Looks don't mean anything, right? When you're in politics, looks don't matter. I look at Pam, I would never say she's beautiful because that'd be the end of my political career. Sorry. Secretary. But I will tell you, this is the best of all. And they're going to fight me. Like this slob of a governor you have in Illinois. This poor guy got thrown out of his business by his family. Another family. I was partners with the family. Nice family. I like the family, but he was no good. They threw him out. He's governor of Illinois, and he goes about Trump. We don't need his help. Chicago is the worst. These places are really bad.
Yeah. Well, Chicago residents today are in the news for having a murderously filled weekend and demanding Donald Trump do something about the crime in the city of Chicago. So there. Anyway, coming up, holy crap in sports. We got tweets. We got Flounders Funnies, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. And go Braves. We'll see what's going to happen. More news coming, including Donald Trump, on how he's changing the world, just like I said all along. It's next. Look out.
Your favorite Extra shows are streaming live video from the studio on XTRA 106.3's YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Extra YouTube channel and get the Morning Extra and the Kimmer Show in live digital video.
Well, I'll bet you if you have some leaks and your energy bills are going up or you feel that rain pounding in and stuff, Peach State Windows to the rescue. Peach State Windows, I know Jeff and the family, lovely wife, for 25 years now, and they do a tremendous job. And by the way, the more windows you need, the more money you're going to save. They have financing plans like, I don't know, say 0 down to 0% for like a year and so forth. And it's not just the windows, a double hung vinyl, all the energy efficiency stuff like that. But they do front door work, and if you have something rattling your roof up there, they can check that out for you. These are builder contractor type people. And don't forget, they can have 0% financing on stuff too. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. PeachStateWindows.com.
More than intelligent, it's thoughtful. Not just spacious, it's sensuous and stylish. And along with the sure-footed all-wheel drive, the GLC SUV is now available as an efficient, effusive, and effective plug-in hybrid. Get an exceptional offer on the 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLC 350e 4MATIC SUV. Just $489 per month for 24 months with $56.53 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details and see how to qualify. We'd love to welcome you to the RBM of Atlanta family. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through September 2nd, 2025. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
Today, we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about all of those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, fading photos? These cherished moments and memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, mold. But fear not, there is a solution to safeguard these family heirlooms and to make sure that you can share them from the cloud or a thumb drive. Legacy Box was founded over a decade ago with one mission: to bring your memories into the 21st century. Legacy Box is a simple and safe solution for digitizing all of your memories. And by going to legacybox.com/records, you can get 50% off when you start with Legacy Box today. Please don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. Don't let your parents or your grandparents disappear into nothingness. Digitize and future-proof your family's priceless moments. Fast forward into the digital age with Legacy Box. Visit legacybox.com/records today. Unlock 50% off your order. legacybox.com/records.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog and our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check them out online at atlturfgo.com.
This day in 1968, the Beatles released Hey Jude, written by Paul for John's 5-year-old son Julian to help him through his parents' divorce as John was about to leave his mother for Yoko. And now, sponsored by RBM of Atlanta, Holy Crap at Sports with Pete Davis.
I never heard what John felt like that.
Well, that's what it says. That's what it says here. I'm
Interesting. I'm getting an echo there.
Sorry about that.
I don't know.
And
Slight echo.
Hold on, let me do a quick reset here.
Alrighty.
And here we go.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Still getting the echo. I don't know what's going on. First time I ever heard that.
We don't hear it here.
We'll keep going.
Okay. Sorry.
Well, as the boys on Hee Haw used to sing, if it wasn't for bad luck, they'd have no luck at all. Falcons starting right tackle Caleb McGarry will miss the entire 2025 season due to that leg injury sustained in the team's final practice of training camp. Tackle Storm Norton and defensive lineman Taquan Graham are on the injured reserve list too, but they're expected to return. McGarry is not. So now the Falcons have to decide who will play right tackle to protect quarterback Michael Penix Jr. before the season opener against the Buccaneers here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium September 7th. Not too long. And they may be on their way to doing that because they made a trade with the Seahawks. They get offensive lineman Michael Jarrell in exchange for a conditional 2027 7th-round draft pick.
Wow.
So, there's the Falcons. Braves doubled up by the Marlins last night, 2-1 in Miami. The only Braves run coming on this.
There's one this
3-2. Baldwin launches one high in the air to deep center field. Back to the wall. It is gone. There goes the shutout, and the Braves still have life. It's a 2-1 game as Drake Baldwin just caved in the side of that baseball and sent it to dead center for a homer.
Ben Ingram on 680 The Fan. Spencer Strider fell to 5-12 despite pitching a great game. 7 innings, a 3-hit ball. Gave up just 1 run. In fact, Strider became the fastest primary starter in Major League history to reach 600 strikeouts. It's measured by innings pitched. So congratulations to Spencer.
Outstanding.
Pierce Johnson gave up the go-ahead homer in the bottom of the 8th last night. Braves held just to 3 hits. Tonight, the 4-0 Hurston Waldrop for Atlanta against the 7-11 righty Sandy Alcantara for the Fish. Drake Baldwin not in the lineup against a right-hander.
I'll be darned. Well, all right then.
Former Braves third base coach and sidelined Angels manager Ron Washington had quadruple bypass surgery this summer. That's what was ailing him in his health.
Wow.
The 73-year-old says it saved his life, and he wants to come back and manage next season, but still hasn't heard whether that will happen. This has caused Washington to eat better and finally stop smoking, saying, if you see me smoking a cigarette, I'll give you the okay to walk up to me and slap me. The Mariners' Cal Raleigh hit his 50th homer last night, extending his major league record for homers by a catcher and entering some pretty elite company. Raleigh has joined this man as the only switch hitters with 50 homers in a season and became the 8th player in Major League history to reach the half-century mark in August. Who was that man?
Yeah, you ready for this? My Delta pilot buddy Kevin said, this is a good trivia question for Pete. Name the only 2 switch hitters in Major League history to hit 50 homers in one season. The first player to reach 50 homers this season, Cal Raleigh, joining
Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle. I'm a great minds think alike. Kevin, my Delta pilot, for today's trivia, and there you have it. I'll be darned.
Gets co-producer credit.
There you go.
Raleigh also is the first to smack at least 20 homers from each side of the plate in one season. He's also the second Mariners player to belt 50 in a season. Hall of Famer Ken Griffey Jr. did it twice back in the 90s. Salvador Perez has established the previous record for homers by a catcher. He hit 48 just 4 years ago playing for the Royals. Still does. The Giants will host the Yankees to start Major League Baseball season next year on March 25th, the earliest opening day other than international games. The other 28 teams open the following day on March 26th, along with the Royals here in Atlanta. So the schedule next year is out. If you guys want to look it up and see where you want to what games next year,
yeah, cool.
It is out.
Good.
College football gets underway in earnest this weekend. Ernest, Kansas, I believe. I think somewhere.
Little town of.
Yeah. The Volunteers have locked up head coach Josh Heupel through 2030. He's still getting just $9 million a year. I hope he can get the scratch spot.
Wow.
Colorado coach Deion Sanders named Kaidon Salter the Buffalo starting quarterback on Tuesday, which is today, ahead of the team's opener Friday against Georgia Tech. And you can listen to the game right here on XTRA 106.3 anywhere in the world.
There you are.
Listen to it. Salter transferred to Colorado after 3 years as a starter at Liberty. He beat out some freshmen. He replaces Shadur Sanders, who is currently on the Browns team. More on him coming up. Alabama and West Virginia mutually agreed to cancel their home-and-home series that had been scheduled for 2026 and 27. The Crimson Tide said it was making adjustments to its non-conference schedule in response to last week's announcement that the SEC is going to play 8 to 9 league games starting next year. I think it's more like 9. Now the Buckeyes say Dave Portnoy is allowed on Ohio State's campus and stadium when Fox Sports College Football Show is there for the Longhorns game. The school and Fox have traded accusations about who told him to stay away. So,
this is so stupid. And by the way, that college football thing, I don't watch a lot of, ESPN stuff, but that's always a fun show. I mean, and they're trying to make a thing about it. The Dave Portnoy, of course, rubs everybody's face in it because he's a huge fan of Michigan. Yeah. And so, but it's ridiculous. They said he can do the show, but he can't come on the campus. Yeah, I mean, please. And now I guess he can. I mean, the whole thing's just silly, Anyway.
And now, how not to manage your coaching career. Jim Leavitt, formerly the head football coach at the University of South Florida and an NFL assistant, has been arrested on charges of misdemeanor domestic battery and felony grand theft following an alleged interaction with an ex-girlfriend at a St. Petersburg, Florida apartment complex. The 68-year-old accused of grabbing his ex by the arm and taking a Louis Vuitton purse, clutch, and wallet that belonged to her. Combined, those items valued somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000.
Oh, boy.
He acknowledged taking the items as the woman attempted to go. Leavitt also accused of pushing a man on the chest with his right hand. Leavitt, however, told officers that the man walked into his hand. I punched him with my face into his fist.
Yeah.
Now, I'll ask you a yes-no question. Did the St. Pete police believe that?
No, I don't think they did.
He was charged with simple battery. The first coach in South Florida Bulls history managed to guide USF to the number 2 ranking in the 2007 season. He was an up-and-coming coach.
Yeah. Chicks, man.
He really was. Ended at the Tampa school in 2010, accused of grabbing a player by the throat and slapping him. Little Woody Hayes action right there. He also supposedly interfered with the investigation. Well. He would settle a wrongful termination lawsuit with the school, though, for $2.7 million.
Wow.
And they said he would be inducted into their Sports Hall of Fame this fall. Probably not.
I don't know. A little plaque on the PS.
Yeah, plaque underneath it like a mugshot. Probably. Leavitt remains in police custody in Pinellas County. Ooh. Fun place to spend overnight in the Hooskow. Leavitt last coached at SMU, where he served as a DC in 2021. He's also with the 49ers as the linebackers coach.
I'll be done.
And did you see that haboob that basically crashed into Arizona State, the Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe?
No, I did not.
You know what a haboob is, right?
I do not know what a haboob is.
It's a massive dust storm like they get in Saudi
I did
Arabia.
see that. Yeah. And I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, please. Wow.
Well, it brought back memory. We were doing, I think, a preseason game there. Me and Miller Pope were there early in Sun Devil Stadium, which I think faces east, if I remember. And we could see it coming, and the entire horizon was this big brown-black dust cloud. Yeah. And it just rushed right into the press box. We closed the windows, but it came right through and right over us. Yeah. It was amazing.
I went through a dust storm at Arizona State, and that desert stuff, boy. When you see and by the way, have you ever seen tumbleweeds in the wild when the wind? Yeah. I mean, really. And by the way, those things hurt. Those things are hard stick material. So tumbleweeds, man, they're not little, dusty, whispery things. They're hard branches of stuff. Anyway, sorry.
Were you hit by one?
I was not hit, but I could have been. It was close.
All right, because you could be eligible for compensation.
Well, I tried that once, and the VA told me to stick it.
The Saints have not only finally marched in, they've chosen their starting QB for Game 1 against the Cardinals, September 7th. Former Sooners and Gamecocks quarterback Spencer Rattler won the job over rookie Tyler Schuff. New Orleans is the last NFL team to name a starter. And after trading Kenny Pickett to the Raiders and releasing Tyler Huntley, who won the game for him the other night, the Browns will enter the regular season with 3 quarterbacks, starter Joe Flacco and rookies Dylan Gabriel and Shadur Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
He's made the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't wait to hear the sycophants accuse Cleveland of sabotaging his career now since he's made the team.
Yeah.
And the Panthers have cut receiver Hunter Renfrow. I've always liked him, so we'll see.
Really?
If maybe the Falcons will take a look at him. And today in sports history, August 26, 1998, Atlanta's Andrew Jones stole his 20th base of the season, becoming the youngest player ever to have a 20-homer, 20-steal season. Who was the previous record holder?
Ricky Anderson.
No, not Ricky Anderson. He played for the Astros back in the 70s.
Oh, I can't.
Center fielder.
I can't remember.
They compared him to Willie Mays. He never quite measured up to it.
For the Astros, I can't remember.
Cesar Cedeno.
Oh my gosh. I wouldn't have thought of that. Yeah, I remember now. I would not have gotten. I'll be darned.
And the Braves won that game 6-2 that Andrew set that record. There's sports.
Oh, no, not quite sports. Yeah, if you don't mind, sir. On this day in 1939, a doubleheader between the Cincinnati Reds and the Brooklyn Dodgers is shown on NBC's W2XBS in New York City on this day in 1939, becoming the first televised Major League Baseball game. In 1939, Brooklyn Dodgers and Cincinnati. On this day in 1947, Dan Bankhead pitches for the Brooklyn Dodgers, the first black pitcher in a Major League Baseball game. Dan Bankhead in 1947. And on this day, boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. beat the UFC fighter Conor McGregor in a boxing match in Las Vegas. It was stopped by the referee in the 10th round. It was the last fight of Mayweather's career and earned him an estimated $200 million. For the Conor McGregor fight. Holy cow. Anyway, 5:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder almost coming up there with you. We got so much more Donald Trump stuff. We got it all. Stand by. Look out. Tweets, funnies.
Did you miss Neil Bortz?
I am shocked.
Don't worry. He's live anytime on the XTRA 106.3 app.
Oh, that radio show.
Did traffic cause you to miss some of the Kimmer Show? Get it on the app.
It's all the kids talk about on Monday at school.
With anytime show replays from the Kimmer, Bortz, The Morning Extra, Clay and Buck, and so much more. Plus local headlines and breaking news. Grab the XTRA 106.3 app now and start streaming.
You know, I showed some pictures to my kids of some things I found of my father from years ago from his old company IDs, and they're make sure you keep those stuff like that safe in the Atlanta Safe House safe that you should have too. You know, I lost my medical records, went down to Florida, didn't have my Atlanta Safe House safe down there, and it cost me, and I'm stupid and an idiot, and I'm not anymore. I got my medical records, my living will, financial stuff like that, safe and sound, because Atlanta Safe House knows you need to protect your stuff. You may not think about it, but I mean, if something happens, where are your kids going to go to find out what the deal is? You know, they have to check out everything. Well, my kids now know, including a little thing happened when Jennifer couldn't find the title to her car. Well, we got it, and I got it because actually I did the title for her. But anyway, so now that's safe and sound. Things like that you need to find. Real estate records, divorce and marriage accords and things, pictures and things you want to treasure and save. The Atlanta Safe House guys, Jeff and Mark, the whole gang, these people are as concerned about your rights as they are about your stuff. They have a showroom in Akron. They can build you a wall safe. They have electronic locks and bow and arrow hangers, and they've got all that stuff. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. Check them out on the web, atlantasafehouse.com.
You upgrade your phone, you upgrade your wardrobe, even your lawn. So why not upgrade the part of your home that actually protects your family? Southern Exteriors specializes in roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and they're making it easier than ever before with 10% off any job or 12 months of 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I know the folks at Southern Exteriors. They show up, they do it right, and they stand behind their work. Call them today, 877-9-SOUTHERN, or visit southernexteriors.co.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Brandon Hutchison, Executive Vice President and General Manager of Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Make no mistake about it, we're big customers of Georgia Power. It really is a true partnership. We've ran NASCAR's highest level of racing. In the early days of Atlanta Motor Speedway, Atlanta International Raceway, as it were, they raced twice a year, and that was about it. And then we started figuring out that this is an 850-acre campus that can do so much more. And it's not just the larger events that impact the region, it's the local events that really impact our community. It's a big responsibility for us to be such a big player in our community, and there's no doubt that Georgia Power has fan experience front of mind all the time.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit georgiapower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
There are 3 things that I know about your dog. 1, you love them like family. 2, they're your most loyal friend. And 3, your dog's not going to live as long as you would like it to live. Sadly, 50% of all dogs over the age of 10 die from cancer. The leading cause of that cancer is the food they've been fed. While Rough Greens doesn't know how long your dog's going to live, they do promise to make your dog happier and healthier while they're here. Rough Greens has the live nutrients that your puppy or dog needs to ward off all kinds of health issues like skin, joint, digestive problems. With live vitamins, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, and antioxidants, Rough Greens has all of the live nutrition that your dog needs to stay happy and healthy. It's why it's America's #1 dog supplement. Fetch a free Jumpstart trial bag for your dog today. You just cover the shipping. See the difference live nutrition can make in your dog. Go to roughgreens.com. Use the discount code BECK. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code BECK.
Promises made, promises kept. The president is making the economy great again. He's securing the border for America's safety, and the mainstream media still wants to tear him down.
The media wants Donald Trump to fail. That's their goal. That's how they'll report his progress.
But we know the truth, and we give you the perspective that other stations won't. Atlanta's only conservative voice is XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA app.
Bum 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 bum. There we go. Sonny and Cher, 1965, #1 in the British single chart with "I Got You, Babe." Sonny Bono was inspired to write the song to capitalize on the popularity of the term babe, as he heard in Bob Dylan's "It Ain't Me, Babe." Sonny Bono wrote the lyrics and composed the music of the song for himself and his wife, Cher, late at night in their basement. When Cher was woken up to sing the lyrics, she hated that song. She said, "It's not going to be a hit. It's horrible," and she went back to bed. 1965. Same day, 1987, Sonny Bono, I was going to say Bono now. Sonny Bono said he never voted till he was 53, announced he's running for mayor of Palm Springs, California, and he won in 1988. And then he went on to win a seat in Congress in 1996, and then he skied into a tree at, was it Vail or Aspen? I can't remember. Vail, I think. I can't remember. I can't remember where it was. My steamboat. I almost did that myself once. I almost killed myself skiing, a downhill thing. And anyway, and Sonny Bono and they passed away. And then married his widow took the seat in Congress, as I recall. And I remember Ted Kennedy sent her over a drink. Celebrate. Anyway, phone call. Hey, phone calls take priority. Hold everything. Bob, I think, is on the radio. Hey, Bob, how's it going? Welcome aboard, sir.
Good, Kimmer. I wanted to tell you that I know Pete said that we still had Cracker Jacks.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he's wrong.
Oh, no. What do you mean? What do you mean?
About a year and a half, couple of years ago, in a convenience store in Carrollton, Georgia.
Yeah.
And it caught a glimpse out of the corner of my eye, and I actually posted it on the Kimmer Show Facebook page. They have Cracker Jills now. It's celebrating women in sports.
Cracker Jills. Well, now I've heard of everything. Have you had them at all, Bob?
I have not. It's supposed to be the same as the Cracker Jacks. They just were celebrating women in sports.
I'll be damned. Well, okay, as long as we're celebrating women, I'll go along with it. Actual women. Well, thank you, Bob. I'll look for, if you ever see them, let me know. I'll go buy a box or something to try it.
Say, I'll buy you a bag and send them to you.
Well, that'd be a treat.
Trivia question for you.
All right, Bob. What do you got, Pete?
What's the name of the Cracker Jack boy and his dog?
Oh, my. Gilbert and Spot. No, that's not close. Wow. Bob, you still on the line? How do we go, Bob? He might have known. No. Maybe not. Wow, the little boy and the dog. I didn't know they had a name.
Billy and Scuffles.
Scuffles. Good. Okay, could have been Scuffles.
It's Sailor Jack and Bingo.
I'll be darned. I think I remember Sailor Jack. I don't remember Bingo the dog. I remember this. I think I saw the. I'll be darned. How cool is that, Cracker Jack? By the way, sports birthdays, Pete Davis, I forgot to mention, James Harden, the strange basketball player. He's, I don't know what to think about. He's got a hell of a talent, man. He's really runs the place. But he's so freaky. Yeah, he just seems so irascible or
spoiled.
Yeah. And James Harden's 36, NBA star. And Stan Van Gundy, speaking of basketball, Stan Van Gundy, one of the brother coaches, is 68. And I forgot where he is now, or is he still coaching? Do you know? Stan Van Gundy? Stan Van Gundy, is he still coaching 68 today?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I can't remember. Anyway, and on this day in history, this is kind of, you're going to hear Donald Trump here in a second. On this day in history, 1986, 18-year-old Jennifer Levin is found dead in New York City's Central Park 2 hours after she was seen leaving a bar on the Upper East Side with a 19-year-old preppy kid named Robert Chambers. Chambers was soon arrested and charged with her murder. It was called the Preppy case. Early hours, Levin, a graduate of a private school, friends at the Red Hand, a bar with the prep school students. She casually knew Chambers, a former altar boy, got involved drinking and drugs as a teenager, started stealing to pay for his drug habit, kicked out of a bunch of private schools, met up with some people. They met her at 4:30 in the morning, headed to Central Park. Her lifeless, badly bruised, partially clothed body discovered under a tree. Cops, eyewitnesses, a guy sporting what would be fit Chambers' description nearby. They had scratches on his face. He said they were made from a cat. He gave statements to the cops that said he might have accidentally killed her because she hurt him during rough sex. Autopsy showed she died from asphyxia by strangulation. Hugely publicized court trial in 1988. Jury, 9 days of deliberations. Chambers withdrew his plea of not guilty, agreed to plead guilty to manslaughter, got 5 to 15 years in prison. He was less than a model prisoner, committed numerous drug and weapons infractions, spent nearly 5 years in solitary. He served his full sentence, then was released, and then in 2008 convicted of selling drugs and got another 19 years. He was released from that 2 years ago. And I remember when back before he stood trial, or while he was out free on bond for the trial, he was at a party and somebody videotaped. I don't know if it was phone. I don't think phones were available then, but somebody had videotaped him, and somebody handed him a doll or something like that, and he said, "Oh, it's a Jennifer Levin doll," and he twisted her neck at a party, joking about strangling his love interest. I remember. Oh God. Anyway, 540. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Okay, let's do this, Flounder. Donald Trump today. Wait a minute, I got to find the right one I wanted to go here. Oh, yeah, Donald Trump today. Again, everybody mocks me and laughs at me and makes fun of me because I keep reminding everybody that Donald Trump has run this country like no one's ever done in the history of the world. Okay, I know, I say it too much, but again, honestly, this is a remarkable time in history. Donald Trump, I think this is cut number 6, Flounder. Donald Trump himself, in one of his many open airing of happinesses and grievances today, talked about his remarkable stint as president and what's more to come. Flounder number.
I think this. You have not had this happen for 4 years. You sat and you'd ask one question to Biden, and it was always the ice cream question, right? What flavor ice cream do you like? I like vanilla. And that was the end of the conference. I think now we've done enough. These people are very busy. I want to just thank, this is the greatest, this has never been done before. First of all, a cabinet meeting was sacred. You'd never let the fake news media in. But the fake news media isn't all fake. A lot of it is, but it's not all. I think it's a great thing. I think maybe it's going to be done in the future. I hope it's going to be done. but you really get the word out. I mean, we had each one of these people spoke. I think each one, if I thought one of them did badly, I would call that person out. I would say, Christy, what the heck are you doing? No, but no, seriously, you have a very talented group of people. They get along, they work along together, and there's something really nice about just, the openness of what we're doing. It's government. It's an open government. That's what we are. And we haven't made too many mistakes. Maybe we'll, but we haven't made too many mistakes. We've called it right. And I think you can be very proud of your country. We are a respected country again. We are really, right now, respected at the highest level, and we're doing great. And we're a very rich country again, very rich. And that's a good thing, because when we're rich, we can take care of poor. And that's what we're doing. And we're taking care of crime. And I hope, just in finishing, I hope that Illinois, I hope that New York, I hope that California, I hope they call me and they say, I'd love to have you come in and help us out. I will be a totally different person with them. I will respect them for doing it.
Wow, that's kind of a little love bud to his big fat load governor in Illinois. And by the way, the members of people in Chicago just today in the news had a hugely murderous, bloody weekend, and they're asking Donald Trump to help them out. So here we go. I mean, again, once again, it shows the Democrats they don't want. We don't need. Again, Clay and Buck. Yeah, thank you. Clay and Buck did a whole series of sound bites of the guy, Morning Joe, trying to get a Democrat to admit that having more cops will cut the crime rate, and the Democrat wouldn't do it.
No.
Just couldn't say more cops means more safety for the people. The style of the thing is depending on the times of the crime. I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, he couldn't admit more cops on, in patrolling makes it safer to people to walk around. I mean, my God.
I've been saying for decades, why do we put up with all this crime? We know who's doing it. Why do we put up with it? And now you have a president who's actually doing something that the Democrats are fighting him tooth and nail.
I know. Phone calls. Our friend Patricia's on the horn. Hi, Patricia. Thanks for holding, sweetie. I appreciate it. What's going on?
Well, you were talking about a prenup.
Yeah, for Taylor Swift and Kelsey.
Yep.
Yeah.
42 years ago, my, quote, Jewish uncle attorney, because Don had children from a previous marriage, not only did I have a prenup, I had an anti-nup.
What's that?
Most people have never heard of it.
What is that?
It's everything that's accumulated while you're married that is in your own name and not joint remains your own property.
Ah.
And we even gave up the rights to each other's estates unless named in a will.
I'll be
so that he could protect his kids. I've talked to friends of mine, Don's been going, past 12 years ago, and everything was perfect. But nobody's ever heard of this. I said, how could you not hear of it? My Jewish uncle attorney wrote me one 42 years ago.
Well, I wish I'd have known. I walked away with my clothes from that five-bedroom palace.
Whatever we had, we had a joint account, and that was our joint.
Yeah.
But everything else was kept in our own name, and it was the same as the prenup that carried through the whole marriage.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, that sounds
People
pretty
need to know about that.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Patricia. Maybe that'll help some people in the future. Up there. Thank you, sweetie. At 546, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. Happy Tuesday. Braves are still in Miami. I think another game tonight. We'll see what happens. All right, look on. Here we go. Stand by.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the XTRA 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new XTRA 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Echo. Hey, folks, big news. The Echo one-day sale is heading to Howard Brothers next month. On Wednesday, September 17th, visit your local Howard Brothers for fantastic deals on Echo power equipment. That means Echo chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Whether you're a pro on a job or a weekend warrior, Echo tools will help get that project done right. Mark your calendar, grab your crew, and head to one of the 7 Howard Brothers locations on September 17th for the Echo one-day sale. One day of big savings you don't want to miss.
Welcome to Willie's Wings, home of the secret sauce.
I'll take a dozen wings. Oh, by the way, I love that sauce. What's in it?
Can't tell you.
Why not?
It's a secret.
While many financial advisors claim to have the secret sauce, they don't. In fact, if their sauce is so good, why are they keeping it a secret? Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement doesn't keep anything a secret. He knows there's much more to retirement planning than stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Evan will develop a strategy designed specifically for you. It's your own secret sauce for retirement. Call Evan Ward at Atlas Retirement to schedule your personal portfolio x-ray today. Call 678-252-5224. That's 678-252-5224. Or online at atlasretirement.net.
Fine, you want to know what's in the sauce?
Absolutely.
Tablespoon of paprika.
Really?
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Hey, it's Lowe's. We're here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, I'm looking for a reliable vehicle, something for the family, but also for my daughter who's going to be driving soon. Why should I call you?
The main thing is you get to see it's a full transparency sale. What I like to do is show you the whole gamut, show you everything that's out there and everything that's available. I can get any make, any year, any model.
Financing. If I need to use it, what can you offer?
We have some of the best banks available, and we got rates starting at 4.99 from a 23 model and above. It could be a 14 model. We still have banks that will do all the financing for you at good rates, and they're primary banks. If you have credit issues, we still have banks that can accommodate those issues as well.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA, our programs help you build critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Apply now and save with no application fee through September 3rd. Visit umgc.edu to get started. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Military veterans are eager to transfer their skills and experiences to civilian life, but lack trusted connections to expedite their path to success. That is, until they meet the Warrior Alliance. The Warrior Alliance goes the extra mile to reach veterans in their communities so they do not have to take this journey alone. With over 40 partners across 10 service areas, your donation goes a long way toward achieving maximum impact for a veteran and their family. Go to thewarrioralliance.org to donate today and commit to helping the Warrior Alliance change thousands of lives for the better.
It's the Beatles. The Maharishi Beatles. Da-da-dum. This was the day. In 1967, the Beatles held a press conference at the University College in Bangor, North Wales, with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. The Beatles in 1967 on this day said they'd become disciples of the Guru and they had renounced the use of drugs. The Beatles had become members of the Maharishi's spiritual regeneration movement, which obligated them to donate 1 week's earnings each month to that organization. Holy, I didn't know that. Oh, my God. Talk about that must have been a fortune.
That lasted a week.
I was going to say. Yeah, okay, that's unbelieliable.
The money and the drugs, they didn't give up any of that.
Well, I never heard the transformation. No. I know they were a big fan, they're the sitar business or whatever, but I didn't think they actually, in fact, wasn't it after that they got high with Bob Dylan or somebody?
No, it was before
was
that.
Was it before? Anyway. All right, Kim, Pete, and Flounder, how you going? A couple of birthdays here. Boom. Vic Dana, the old singer. Vic Dana's 85. I think he's saying red roses for a blue lady. I don't know. Vic Dana, 85. Keke Palmer is 32. The host of Password, star of Jordan Peele's Nope. You know her maybe as Kim on MTV's Scream, Zayday on Scream Queens, Gigi Nixon on Star, and Nickelodeon's True Jackson VP. Keke Palmer, 32. The record there. And on this day in history, 1936, suffragist Susan B. Anthony appears on a U.S. postage stamp that soon becomes controversial in 1936. Some critics called it an election year ploy for women's votes. Others had a problem because it showed a cigarette betwixt her lips. Susan B. Anthony. Anyway, 5:53. Kim, Pete, and Flounder. Let's see. Flounder, let's do this. Donald Trump again had a bunch of things to say today, and in case you missed it, he was with the staff, Pam Bondi, Attorney General and stuff like that, and he was talking about the past administration and all those secret burn bags of evidence and information which have been caught, and they will be investigated, and they're going through them. Cut number 4, Flounder, Donald Trump. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Cut number 3. It's cut number 3, Donald Trump, on looking through all the evidence that were supposed to be destroyed by the last administration. Number 3.
And you've also found many bags of information. I think they call them burn bags. They're supposed to be burned and they didn't get burned, having to do with how corrupt the 2020 election was. And when will that all come out?
Mr. President, I will be the first to brief you once we have that information collected. But you're right, we are finding documents literally tucked away in the back of safes in random offices in these bags and in other areas, which again speaks to the intent of those who are trying to hide the truth from the American people and trying to cover up the politicization that was led by people like John Brennan and James Clapper and others that have caused really immeasurable harm to the American people and to our country.
They've got to go to jail. They've got to be in prison. They've got to be arrested. I want them handcuffed and perp walked, and I want hearings in Congress in prime time, nighttime television to get to the bottom of all of this stuff. And it looks like it's coming, but it's way too slow for me. By the way, let me ask you guys this. Donald Trump, a couple of things that I don't know much about and I'm a little weary of. One, America has bought 10% of Intel. Why is America buying part of...
Semiconductors.
Yeah, but do we want to own...
Yes.
Well, okay. It just seems kind of strange.
Well, the Chinese at some point are going to try for Taiwan, and we want it all out over here.
Well, anyway, it's become a thing. But the other thing is, Donald Trump, I thought this was surprising, but obviously the man's he is a dealer, a wheeler dealer, and a bargain maker. And so Donald Trump now, must have good reasons, that he has now said, well, we're going to open the door to 600,000 Chinese communist students in American colleges. 600,000 communist Chinese students are okay to keep coming here. And one of the things he said that I heard a little bit of was he said, for one thing, they're paying $100,000 a year, so that's what, $6 billion or whatever it would be for the colleges, that are getting them. So the colleges would have to, lose all that money, which that should not be a concern ever for anything about how much money we might be losing. But again, obviously, if Donald Trump had said no more communist Chinese college students in America, the reaction by the communist Chinese must have been something he was so feared of that he was afraid to do it. So what's in the wind? What's the deal? Why did he say it's okay for 600,000 communists? That's what I'm saying. There's a deal, but I can't imagine what it would be. I thought we were trying to get out. The communist Chinese still make most of our medicines. face masks and pills, medicines, chemicals. And so I thought we were trying to, take all that away, and instead we're still making deals. Now, obviously, Donald Trump, is the man. But again, 600,000 communist Chinese. He says, "Oh yeah, no, they can still come. We can keep them coming in here." And that just
I don't want one of them.
Yeah, apparently there's a conservative backlash. A lot of people are saying, "What is this madness?" We're getting a lot of reaction to it.
Good.
Let's see. Trump told reporters, like so many stories, that we're not going to allow their students, but we're going to allow their students. It's very important, 600,000. We're going to get along with China. It's insulting to say students can't come here because they'll start building schools and they think they can survive it or something or other. But Director of Government Relations at the Federation for American Immigration Reform says granting 600,000 visas to these nationals threatens to put foreign students ahead of U.S. graduates. And I don't know. I don't get it. There's obviously a deal in return for them coming here. We get something. And
maybe not.
There's got to be a deal with the tariffs or medicines or minerals. I don't know. I don't know. Something's up. It makes kind of oh my God! I'm sorry, I blew the whole thing down. It's
very hard being a comedian and not being a wise guy in certain situations. It's like at the airport, those security questions. I've got to bite my tongue. I got to check my bag. Has a stranger pack your bags? It's funny you should ask. I was at home the other night, right? Not one, but two strangers come up to my house, and they say, "We understand you're going on a little trip. Any chance you could pack your bags?" Well, you seem like nice enough strangers. Take them upstairs. You know what I need. Don't be a stranger, lost stranger. Have your bags been in your sight since you left the house? Well, it's so hard to drive and keep looking back. I put them in the trunk with my cousin Ernie, the demolitions expert. Who's going to take stuff from a stranger on an airplane? Who's going to be that stupid? You're hopping on a plane, you're all happy, guys hiding behind a pillar. Hey, pal. What is it? Don't worry about what it is. You'll find out soon enough. Here, take this on a plane and tell them the stranger sent you. And here's a little glow-in-the-dark trinket for your trouble, blessed by St. Anthony. Now,
glow in the dark. Who is that, Flounder?
See if I can butcher this guy's name. Dom Irrera? Irrera.
Herrera. Dom Herrera.
Yeah.
Oh, he was he's a long ago big timer. Dom Herrera, I'll be damned. I remember him. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Boys, have a great one. Hump day tomorrow. Christine, sing me home, baby. I gotta go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb.
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.